live. I think we're live, chat. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Um, Let me double check here. I just want to make sure everything's good to go. The goat is back. Hey, appreciate you guys, man. Hey, I'm glad to be back, you guys. David, I'm just happy that you're back stronger than ever. I appreciate you, David. I'm happy to be back. I'm still kind of like low key nervous, like being back, just because it's like it's gonna take me time to get back into the swing of things. Just now, having that mindset all over again. Cause like before, I had that mindset where I'm just like streaming constantly, putting out content every day. So I have to gotta get back in the swing of things, you guys. But be patient with me. We will do that. We will get back into the swing of things. But I don't know if you guys let me know if you guys are watching. Is it just me or does it like feel different? Like they're doing like PLE on a Sunday? Because usually like PLEs are on a Saturday, so it is something new for me. Well, not even really new, but like just getting back into the swing of things and just everything like that. Yo, what's good, Scott? What's good? What's good? What's good? Let me know what match are you guys looking forward to the most on let me know which match you guys are looking forward to the most tonight. Let me double check. Oh yeah, last week Dom defended the AAA title on Raw. I've been keeping up with a lot of stuff that's been happening on WWE television as much as I can for the most part. Like I've been trying to keep as much as I can, to be honest. Who you think gets involved in tribal combat? If I had to pick, maybe like I'd probably say Jimmy and Jay probably get involved. I think they like that makes the most sense, right? I don't know if it would be anybody else like that is a shock. Would it be like a Zilla Fatu potentially? Maybe Drew, because Drew and Jacob did have their feud going into WrestleMania, so they could revisit that if they really wanted to. They could do that. So we got Gunther and Cody starting off the show for the WWE Championship. I'm gonna put up a poll in just a second. I'm gonna put up a poll in just a second. But who do you guys have winning? Congrats to War Raiders, Ray Phoenix, and El Heel, Del Vikingo winning the AAA. Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. AAA has been really good. Honestly, I don't know. Would you guys like to see more AAA content, like a sense of like Spark streaming like the PLEs? Because AAA's been doing really good as of late. Like I'm not gonna even hold you, and I don't really like to make comparisons, but AAA to me is literally the new version of like Black and Gold NXT. Nick Crashaw, appreciate the sub, man. Appreciate the sub. Cody and Gunther first match. I got Gunther winning. If Gunther wins, Mr. Death Metal, appreciate the sub. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate y'all. You guys are coming in clutch tonight so far. Well, I don't know why I say clutch tonight. You mean you know what I mean? You guys know what I mean. You guys know what I mean. That Maz versus match was match of the year. Facts. I'm honestly hoping that they now that they do have um because the right person won the match, right? I think now that you do have that, allow Chad Gable to come back to the main roster, just Raw or SmackDown, and allow him to be part of the Intercontinental Championship scene because I think he would add a really great boost to that division. Like when you have people in that division like Dom potentially, you have the current Intercontinental Champion right now in Penta, you got Javon, you have Rusev, you have Ethan Page, and you add Chad Gable to the mix. I think that would be very very interesting to do. I wish Punk would be on the show, but rumor he returns on Raw in Chicago in July. Yeah, that makes more sense. Unless they decide to wait till like somewhere like SummerSlam, because I've been hearing rumors that he might return at SummerSlam. But I feel like that's kind of like too far out, if you ask me. I think he does need to come back in time to be in the mix, to lead into a match going into none other than SummerSlam. The reason why I do have Cody retaining, because if you gotta, let's be honest, we do have none other than Night of Champions, which is in Saudi Arabia. So why wouldn't they just have someone like, you know, Cody retain, and you could set up Cody Sammy, because they've been kind of teasing that feud. You lean into that going into Night of Champions, and then you still have CM Punk for potentially SummerSlam. So you kind of have two feuds right there. But then again, with Gunther, it does add a first coat of paint because you have more people to go up against him. And you could probably have some trades that go on, because I would love to see Finn Balor show up to SmackDown and go after the WWE Championship against Gunther. I think that'd be a really interesting match. So it's kind of like even, if you ask me. It's even. I think either Drew or Randy interfered in this match. Possibly. Because I'm about to say, did they give a new. If you guys are new, follow Lee on all social media facts. If you guys are new, follow me on all my social media platforms. But this one was one of those matches where it's like, I can see it going either way, and I wouldn't be shocked, to be honest with you. Trying to figure. I wish they would have had lived. Yeah, I feel like here's the thing, and I was watching a little bit of the. And I really don't really watch the pre-show, just a little bit. I just usually try to keep up if I'm behind on something. And the only reason why I watched the pre-show today, because there are a few things I'm not really up to date on or up to speed on. So I kind of just did that for the sake of it. But I will say this: I will say that Liv should have defended her title. Like, if you think of just how she's perceived in Italy. Like, they made her the whole Mona Lisa version of that with Liv. Like, the crowd loves Liv over there, and so I was kind of shocked that they didn't have her on this show, on this card, because she would have been very, very cool to have a match. I know that they were teasing something. I think they said they're gonna do probably her versus Soruka versus Io, and if that is the plan, why couldn't we have done this on this show? This probably could have been one of the matches of the night. So I don't know what they were doing, what they were thinking, but she should have been on the card. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, you can't sit here and say she shouldn't have been on the card. Leo, who would you say are the top four best active women's wrestlers in the world in any company? Any company. Ooh. Okay. So I gotta go Rhea. I have to say Rhea's gotta be in the top four. Um Liv, I think is I'm gonna put Liv at four. And that's because she hasn't really defended her title. So I'm gonna put Liv at four. Number three, I'm gonna go Zaya. I'm gonna go Zaya Lee. And number two, I'm gonna go Thekla. And then number one, I'm gonna go Rhea. Those are like my four. Oh, I'm thinking of champions. If we're talking like wrestlers, okay, this one's gonna be tough because I'm gonna say I have to go Rhea, of course. I gotta put her in the mix. Then I have to say Io. So Rhea, Io, back. You can kind of put those neck and neck wherever you want to put them. Um, Number three, yeah, honorable mention. If she was there, I'm gonna go Bianca easily. Number three, I gotta go somebody that probably wouldn't be on a lot of people's lists. I'm gonna say Kendall Gray. Kendall Gray has been very impressive. I haven't really watched too much of NXT, but like the stuff that I've been able to catch, like via like the highlights and stuff, she's definitely a standout for me. I have to put her in the conversation. And then like four, I would say Thekla, and then five, outside of the five, I would have to put Liv, just because she hasn't really defended her title much at all. So I have to put her at five, respectively. Okay, so ESPN should air this whole PLE. And I was looking at this guy. I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but they should have just kept it on Peacock though. Liv's title reign is not bad, but she needs to defend it more. Yeah, her title is like her title reign. It's not like the worst that I've seen. You know what I mean? But it's like they haven't really given her much of anything to work with. So it makes her reign look bad, and it's kind of like the same mistake that they made with her previous reigns, where it's like it's only focused around one opponent the entire time, and it's the person that she loses it back to. So I would hope that this time around they can find something and allow her to face numerous competitors throughout her reign. Give her Soruka, give her Io. You know what I mean? Like, give her notable names that's going to make her title reign feel legitimate. So when she does lose that title eventually, at least we can sit back and have the argument discussion like, okay, yes, she lost the title, but the reign was not bad. That is the problem. That's the problem that I'm having. So we're gonna create a poll. I'm gonna create a poll for you guys real quick.
Something inside of the American Nightmare changed that night. It was forced by Randy Orton, but Cody Rhodes will tell you himself. Something inside.
Yeah, they gotta cut ties with Def Rebel. Def Rebel ain't doing it for me. They have I don't like I can't I just can't sit back and just be like, yeah, they cool or whatever. Nah. I can't sit there and just act as if I'm no, I can't. I refuse to accept that. I refuse to.
John Cena blueprint here in WWE. I don't think Cody intends to follow the finale of Cena's career. Gunther looking for the sleeper hold. Rhodes able to shrug it off. And Gunther now. Cody Rhodes knocked down. You know, I mentioned earlier, first time in a televised event in Italy that the WWE Championship has been defended. Also tonight, the first time on ESPN that the title's been up for grabs. Just as Cody Rhodes was able to escape the clutches of the ring general, Gunther connects with a massive boot.
But one thing I will say, I do like. Okay, I know people are gonna. Well, I wouldn't say hate me for this, but it's like for me personally, right? I do like the fact that when it comes to like their European shows, like they're earlier, so it's I guess somewhat more digestible than usually at regular time. I guess. Yeah, so it is early tomorrow, so like 1 p.m. I think. So around this time tomorrow, I should be able to stream it. I don't know. I know I have something to do before then, but hopefully I will be done in time. So I will try to keep you guys updated on that. Uh, let's. Okay, let me. Green Shirt Guy is gonna be able to get tickets to all these shows. Okay. It's Green Shirt Guy. He can get a ticket to any show, and it wouldn't be an issue. I think they say he has some type of affiliation with the company, so that's kind of how he's able to afford to go to these shows. There's got to be a ref bump at some point throughout this match, I feel like.
Gunther starved for another world title. He's won 2 in his career. 666 days. A record as the Intercontinental Champion. Over 800 days as the NXT UK.
Okay, I'm about to put up a poll for you guys, chat.
Monster drop kick by Gunther. And now Gunther looking for the power bomb to put the champion away. Stacks him up for the title. Cody at 2 gets the shoulder up, and that's what Cody's got to avoid tonight. No doubt about it, and expect Gunther to continue the onslaught after a thunderous power bomb. Center of the ring, stack the shoulders, but the Nightmare with a little too much left in the tank. Over 12,000 tonight, sold out here in amateur in Italy. Went with a frog splash. Cody got his knees up.
Facts.
And now the champion springboard off the second rope.
I'm dead. I can't, bro.
And Cody now from behind, looking for a quick crossroads to Gunther, looking to retain, hook of the leg. Gunther kicks out at 2 with near fall. Perhaps a bit early in this.
I hope Sol Ruka beats Becky. I think she could win. Bring back Jim Johnston or CFO. Yeah, I would take CFO, even though CFO wasn't that best. But I would much rather that than what we have now. So Raw is 1 p.m. tomorrow, and King and Queen of the Ring tournaments begin. Yeah, they do begin tomorrow. I don't know who's gonna be in it because they didn't really give us like a layout of who's gonna be participating. But we got a few names that's throwing their name into the hat. So we have LA Knight. I do know we do have Trick. And then the women's, I believe we have JC. I think those are the only ones I remember.
Gunther caught Rhodes in the sleeper. Great counter by Rhodes, turned it into a pinning combination. But again into the sleeper for Gunther. And this is what Cody had to avoid. Rhodes is trapped. We saw Cody utilize a reversal moments ago. That was how he defeated Gunther in the King of the Ring final. Ask Styles about this. Ask Cena about this. Gunther now with a sleeper locked in. And the American Nightmare looks like he's starting to fade. And Gunther, his full body weight on Cody Rhodes. Cody's got nowhere to go here. Desperate times for the champion.
Bro, I wouldn't be surprised if Gunther wins this, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Hang on here, but Gunther's got it locked in.
It looks to me like Cody's managed to slip his chin in between the arm of the ring general, which may be the only reason Rhodes is conscious at this point. But Gunther now just continuing to squeeze. This is agonizing on your jaw if you're Cody Rhodes.
Cody now back to a vertical base with Gunther on his back. Rhodes now. That will create space for Cody Rhodes. But no! Gunther right
Oh.
up into the sleeper. The relentless attack by Gunther. Now the
Ugh.
elbows to the
One thing about Gunther, he'll lay it in.
locked in. Cody may be Cody's in the middle.
He ain't holding back.
Gunther's got his legs and arms wrapped around the champion. That boy
He's not gonna hold back.
grip of the ring general. And Cody could be fading.
Cody might be out. Cody might be out.
Rhodes gasping for air, opening his eyes, perhaps one last gasp,
Cody might be done.
but perhaps not. The WWE
Oh, I know it's crazy, but I think Cody will.
will Cody on. Cody got his foot on the bottom rope, and that will force
Will
a
clutch this. I don't know how.
much to the chagrin of the ring general. That's got to be so frustrating, Corey, for that man.
I'm sure to an extent it is frustrating for Gunther, but Gunther has also spent the majority of his time in this matchup delivering offense. Yes, that will exhaust you, but Gunther still seems to have plenty left in the tank, whereas Cody Rhodes seems to be running on empty.
Gotta wonder what's going through the mind of Gunther as Cody tries to recover.
I think Gunther's simply surveying the situation right now. He approaches all of his offense with surgical precision. Gunther trying to solve the American Nightmare, just taking a moment to look at the big picture.
The man who spent weeks jockeying before signing this contract, in fact, had to beat Royce Keys to earn this opportunity here tonight against Cody Rhodes. Was all that contract jockeying worth it?
I'll give you an answer when this matchup is over, but I understand why Gunther did it. It was psychological warfare, trying to make the champion wait. Gunther declaring to Cody Rhodes, I'm worth waiting for because when I get there,
Oof.
I'm taking what's yours.
Okay, now it's starting to get a little more stiff between these two. I know we've seen this match before, but still.
Clothesline almost knocked his head off. And Cody with a clothesline of his own. Both men still on their feet.
Rhodes trying to chop down the ring general.
Oh, what a clothesline. Turns the champ inside out. And Gunther says that's it. Says he's closing in. Cody Rhodes ducks underneath. Went for the Cody cutter. And again, look for the sleeper.
So we got.
Cody with a sleeper out of his own. Sleeper locked in now by Cody. Gunther able to create space. Cody cutter. Cody back to his feet.
My early picks are Roxanne Perez and Oba Femi. Those are my picks too. I gotta go Roxanne and Oba. But it really just depends if what happens tonight. Uh-oh. Crossroads. 1, 2. Oh, wait. He got him, but I don't know if it seemed to, I don't know. That had to be some type of ref. I thought something was gonna happen here. Like his foot was under the rope. His foot was under the rope though. I know I'm not tripping. His foot was under the rope and then his foot went. I'm confused, bro. However, Cody Rhodes is still the WWE champion. I know I'm not tripping, right, chat? Like, didn't. I'm confused, chat. I said Cody was gonna win. That was my pick. That was my pick. Yeah, his foot was under the rope, so it's that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, his foot was under the rope at the beginning.
Let's see if we can see it here, and clearly his foot was under the bottom rope, which means the official never should have started. You're right, and Dan Angler's his call is going to stand. He's got the authority, but I personally don't believe Angler should have even began the count. I have to imagine that's Gunther's argument as well.
You gotta know he's gonna feel some type of way about that. They're probably gonna do another rematch, maybe at Night of Champions. They probably do another rematch at Night of Champions, based off of that. That's what that's telling me. You got LA Knight, yeah. Eating Italian pizza. Oh, but the female does okay. The female behind him, she kind of look good. I ain't gonna lie. I can't lie. Got the Judgment Day. All right. I mean, she's on because she's at Clash, but she ain't competing at Clash. But now we got a WrestleMania rematch. Now I will say this, even though I was kind of critical on the Rhea and Jade feud going into the show, just because of how it was being built up and everything, I will say that the match was a lot better than I expected it to be. It was a lot better than I expected it to be. Leo blushing in his return. LOL. Leo blushing in his return. That's crazy. Crazy. Let me go ahead and yo, what's good, young blood? What's good? What's good? I'm here, brother. Welcome back. Hey, appreciate you, man. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Insert huge pop for Leo. Yeah, facts. Insert huge pop or like the pyro or whatever you want to call it. You know, like they usually tend to do that a lot of times, anyways. Leo is awesome. I appreciate that. You look happy, bro. That's really all that matters. Appreciate. I am happy. I'm a little nervous, but I'm happy at the same time to be back, with you guys for sure. And okay, I'm gonna probably do like one of these videos soon, Alex, for King of the Ring. I'll probably try to do it like hopefully I'm able to do it tomorrow. Um, I know throughout the rest after the stream, I'm pretty much gonna try to I'll probably relax for a little bit, and then afterwards I'll probably finish getting my stuff ready for well, I don't have to push myself too much because I do believe the uh yeah, the Spurs and the Knicks game, first game one, starts what, Wednesday, right? It starts Wednesday if I'm not mistaken. You guys can let me know. I believe it starts. Okay, Wednesday. Okay, so I'll try to have my channel for sports be ready by Wednesday, and I'm gonna probably do my first upload for that probably after game one because I'll probably react to like the highlights, um and then I'll go from there. And I'll probably like react to other things in the meantime as well, as far as like what we could be seeing in the off season from trades and stuff like that. So that is something I probably will do as well. Has anybody been tuning into like this Club WWE? Do you guys anyone know what this is? I really don't know because I have no idea what that is. I don't. With Wimby being Finals MVP, of course he's gonna be Finals MVP. You got to put him in the conversation to be Finals MVP. It's no debate. It's no debate about that. If he's in there, he's gonna be Finals MVP. He is. He's gonna be Finals MVP. I think Rhea retains. Yeah, I don't see Jade winning after this early. I would be shocked if she did, though. Utterly shocked if she did. Utterly shocked if she did. Cause what? Do we have another match in this first hour or no? Cause usually we have what one. Well, I think the Brock Oba match is in this first hour, right? It's in the first hour if I'm not mistaken, right? Let me know. Hey, well, imagine if LeBron joined Spurs. I've heard he would probably could be joining the Warriors. If he joins the Warriors, bro, I don't even know. And people know I don't really like the Warriors like that, to be honest. I mean, so I don't know, man. I mean, a Texas team won, so I guess I could take a win wherever I can. Even though really wanted to see um what Luca could have done in the playoffs. I would have thoroughly enjoyed seeing what he's able to do in the playoffs. Facts. I don't like the words. Why didn't Gunther put his foot on the rope? I don't know. He I'm gonna say this in advance. Pause. But he has long legs. Pause again. He could have put his foot on the rope. There's no explanation you can tell me why he couldn't get his foot on the rope or at least kept it under the rope for at least the count of three. I honestly feel they did that for the simple fact they're going to set up a rematch at Night of Champions in Saudi. They might end up adding Sami Zayn into the mix and it makes it a triple threat for the WWE Championship. That's honestly what I'm thinking they're gonna do. LeBron and Curry, it's a must watch. Yeah, if they're in the same team, it's a must watch. But then I don't know, cause like wouldn't they be carrying the? I mean, of course they'd be carrying the team on their back. But do you think they would be? Those two alone would be able to take of the rest of the Warriors? Granted, you still have some notable people on there from pods, and everything like that, right? And then you still have Al Horford in the mix, right? You still have Draymond Green possibly in the mix as well. So my thing is, are they going to be able to take the Warriors over the season and into the playoffs and deep into the playoffs and potentially find themselves in contention for a championship next year? That's the question that I think people have to ask themselves. Can this team, with the current landscape that they are in now, where they didn't make the playoffs, they got in the play in, of course, but with LeBron on their team, will that give them the advantage that they're trying to find to get them to where they want to be? That's the question. Because I honestly think if you want him to go to a team, if he's leaving the Lakers, send him back to Cleveland. Send him back to Cleveland. Let him finish his career where it started. Maybe you send him to Miami because I think Miami has the cap space to do it. Dude, what is up? Okay, okay. I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna say this, right? You guys, let me know how you feel about this. Is it just me? But why does WWE go overseas and they put up these sets, for like their stage, but then when it comes to the states, it's just a big Titantron? Can they at least give some type of identity to these shows? At least give me some type of identity. Gunther want to go to sleep, probably. But you guys, let me know. Okay, so is there one more match on this 1 hour or whatnot? Because is Brock and Oba the main event for this, or will they end up having um it on the main card? I guess Gunther lost because he wanted to go to sleep. Yeah, facts. He probably wanted to go to sleep early. Hey, shout out Rhea Ripley, man. Shout out Rhea Ripley. I seen like a little bit of her show with Stephanie, and talking about just her struggles and everything like that. Hey man, I I had respect for her before, even though we like to joke about the whole Liv and Rhea feud and everything like that. But I still have respect for a lot of these men and women, what they do, putting their bodies on line for our entertainment week in and week out. So just seeing that interview, it made me have more and more respect for Rhea Ripley than I had before. I think Cody versus Gunther and Rhea versus Jade were the only two on this 1 hour on ESPN. Cause it's like I don't think they're. I mean, are they gonna give Jade and Rhea 20 minutes? Cause I think the match that they had in Mania was maybe what, maybe 13 minutes or something like that. So it's possible, but like I don't know. I'm just thinking they probably would have done something different. Cole said Brock and Owen will be top of the hour, so it'll be after this match then. Okay, that makes sense then.
Women's champion, Rhea Ripley.
Okay, so Rhea,
Let's
I,
talk about
y'all
strategy
know I
in
mess
this
with Rhea,
matchup.
but like
First for
her demeanor just gives me just she's got to be in a horror movie.
Needs to be very
Yeah,
careful
that's what I'm
with that
saying. Look at her demeanor. That
underestimate
screams
Jade Cargill.
horror movie
Yes,
villain.
Rhea was successful on the grandest stage of them all at WrestleMania, but Jade Cargill has obsessed about that night
She's literally the definition of horror movie villain at its
to an
finest.
extent.
I don't want to hear it. She's literally horror movie villain at its finest.
This is Jade's opportunity to right the perceived wrong tonight in Italy.
Corey, if you're Jade Cargill, how do you, quote, right that perceived wrong tonight?
Deliver the heavy artillery early and often. This could come down to the Riptide versus Jaden. Which of these two women can land their finishing maneuver first?
Okay, let me create another poll.
And a collar and elbow tie-up to start things off in this matchup for the WWE Women's Championship.
Remember, this is still somewhat unfamiliar.
So I'm guessing they're gonna do because what 5 matches altogether, if I'm not mistaken.
Rhea has always
Because I believe after this match we're gonna get Brock Oba, then we're gonna probably get Becky, Sol Ruka, and then the main event, right?
Jade Cargill.
Well, let's go, mommy chance for the over 12,000 here tonight in Italy. Nice takedown by Rhea Ripley, and they're still in the collar and elbow tie-up. You know, Ripley did find a way to offset the power advantage of Jade at WrestleMania.
And Rhea does have an abundance of tools at her disposal. Rhea, when need be, can take it high risk. She can push the pace of a matchup. That may give her the edge she needs to get past Cargill tonight.
And there again, the power of Cargill as she slams Ripley in the middle of the ring. Now a bit of a
And this is,
show off.
I can't agree with this. I understand this is Jade's prerogative. This is who Jade Cargill is. But she's dealing with Rhea.
All right, new
bloody
poll up,
Ripley.
chat.
And she
Don't
just
get
paid
too
for it.
comfortable.
New poll.
Just paid for it. Ripley begging Cargill back to her feet.
Will Rhea retain?
The ring, Rhea looks to pick up the pace. There's that drop kick. Rhea feeding off this crowd. Oh, went for the cannonball. Jade able to intercept and then deliver a right hand.
Jade just stuffed out a suicide dive attempt by Rhea Ripley. That was incredible.
And now with Ripley up on her shoulders
Ouch.
and driving her into the apron. And it is so hard to combat power. And again, a knee right on the jaw.
That certainly rocked Rhea's world.
Cargill's in love with herself, isn't she?
That certainly seems to be the case. It's worked out fairly well for her so far.
Into the ring to break the count. Cargill understands that countouts and disqualifications don't help her. She must pin decimate the champion.
And that's something of a skill in and of itself. The ability
If DC Comics wanted to make a female Bane or a new,
that's what Cargill. If
I
anything,
mean, if
Cargill
you okay, I'll say this though, Scott.
to their booth.
If it's coming down to who's gonna be like the new girlfriend for Joker, it's gonna either be Rhea or Liv. Either one of those two fit the bill to be the girlfriend for Joker. Like, let's be real. Both of them give you Harley Quinn-esque vibes. And I think before Rhea, people were calling Liv the female version of Harley Quinn.
Rhea Ripley. Jade does have a modicum of respect.
Literally her and Alexa. Either one of those two could be, but I don't think right now you could say that for Alexa just because of her current character. But if you were talking about like the goddess, then absolutely.
And Jade talking trash. And again,
Right now, Rhea is as far as the poll goes, Rhea is dominating the poll right now.
been here tonight.
It is an unfamiliar sight, and now Cargill just stomping away.
And using the long legs to her advantage. Complete disdain for the official.
Notice how deliberate in all of her moves Jade Cargill has been to this juncture. No wasted motion, no wasted effort. Everything counts.
And Ripley into the corner with authority. What a whip by Jade. And again, just showing off here tonight. Why not? She's dominating the champion. Ripley in serious pain here. You saw her favoring her lower back.
Would serve Jade Cargill well to continue focusing on that area. Cover.
Snap suplex into the cover and a kick out by Rhea. I like this pace of Cargill tonight.
It's very smart, it's very deliberate, it's very methodical. But it leaves minimal room for Jade Cargill to make mistakes.
I will for sure sub to your new sports channel, Leah. Appreciate that. Now Rhea looks like she can be in a scary movie. Yeah, facts.
So thus far.
But Liv has been in a scary movie. Well, not scary movie, but you know, TV show, whatever you want to call it. She's been in a horror
Sided affair here in the early going.
I'm honestly a
So-
little surprised at how one-sided it's been.
But I would like to see, you know, like, some of these wrestlers get more and more, not really into Hollywood, but just like being part of a lot of different franchises.
Shot by the champion.
I would love to see someone like a Liv being part of a Scream 8 or something.
Cargill
You know what I mean?
showing again since Ripley
Or
back first into the turn.
Rhea and Terrifier. Like, allowing these characters to go mainstream. If all current WWE roster members were in Hunger Games competition, who wins?
Snuffed out by Cargill.
Like, if we're talking about, like, which brand, like Raw, SmackDown, or NXT,
Suplex delivered, floats into the cover.
Rhea villain name should be Ruby Red.
And a kick out at two by the champion.
And again,
I could see it.
example of where Jade
I could
Cargill
see
was
it.
making mistakes. She didn't hook the leg. It was a bit of an arrogant cover. You're not gonna beat Rhea Ripley like that.
I honestly could see it.
This is for the WWE Women's Championship, currently held by Rhea Ripley. Of course, defending on Friday Night SmackDown as Ripley delivers body shots and then just ripped to the floor by Cargill. And this has been alarmingly one-sided so far.
It's been pure dominance.
And again, Rhea showing signs of fight. Oh, Cargill with a right hand stuns Ripley, and again the power of Jade.
And that can be super frustrating.
Nobody home.
If you're Rhea Ripley, you're firing off the best shots you can muster, and they're having little to no effect on the challenger Jade Cargill.
Cargill missed with the attempted elbow, and that may be a mistake because Cargill went shoulder first to the post, and now the champion has an opportunity to rally. Ripley with a couple of close clotheslines.
Kick caught Jade right under the chin.
Face first goes Cargill. Missile drop kick to the back of the neck.
Oh, if it's Raw, SmackDown, NXT, then Raw's winning. Raw's winning. You got Roman, you got Seth, you got Jacob, right? You got Braun Breaker, you got Bronson Reed, you got Austin Theory, you got Dominic, you got Demon Finn Balor. And then, like, when you get to the women's division, you got Io, you got Liv, you got Raquel, you got Roxanne, bro. It's over. It's over, bro. It's not even up for debate. Raw is winning, bro. NXT's cool, but SmackDown, nah, bro. SmackDown ain't gonna have it, bro. All you got is literally Cody and Gunther and Solo. That's it. You have no one else. It's over.
Seems to me as though Rhea finally realizing she's got to show the challenger something new, taking it high risk. Picture perfect missile drop kick from the top turnbuckle, but not enough to put away the storm.
Now it's Rhea who cannot become frustrated. You saw her once again favoring the lower back.
Does Rhea have enough left in the tank to muscle up Cargill? Yes, she does.
Oh, no, she doesn't.
No.
Jade Cargill turns it into a back body drop.
And again, psychologically, that can destroy a competitor like Ripley.
Kick both women down. Rhea was going for razor.
It's over. Raw's winning that though. If it's coming down to those three brands, Raw.
Kick by Ripley, and this right here could be a
You can't convince me otherwise.
this match.
This is, in fact, awesome.
Champion and challenger face to face.
There we go. Both women unloading the heavy artillery in the center of the ring.
This match, well, I don't know. They probably not gonna go till 2. They might go for like another 4 or 5 minutes, and then they'll probably do like a commercial going into like the next one or something. I don't know.
Jade went for that pump
Here
kick.
it comes.
And Jade now looking for Jaded. Rhea Ripley able to duck underneath, went for a drop kick, sidestep by Jade. Jade went for the running knee. Headbutt by Ripley.
I think Jade might be out on her feet.
And Rhea now in position for
Uh-oh.
Riptide with Jade.
She was trying to go for Riptide, but
To Cargill, who clearly
but Jade
had her
reverse.
heart
Ooh.
multiple counters ready for just about everything Rhea has attempted tonight.
Yeah, Ripley, though, delivered a kick again. And now has Cargill where she wants her. This time, will it work out in Rhea's favor? Again, bad back. And
Oh.
and a modified razor's edge.
I was about to say that's a razor's edge, but it's more modified.
Shining Wizard by Ripley.
1, 2, kick out.
By Cargill at 2. And you got to wonder if the bad back didn't allow Ripley to hit all of that razor's edge.
Certainly not with maximum impact, which may be the only. Oh, wow.
Electric chair position. Jade, though, trying to hang on
Every wrestler for themselves, no teams. Facts.
and fight her way out of this.
Uh-oh, Jade trying to pull Rhea over the top.
And oh no, and Rhea hit hard. The lower back hit really hard on the apron. And Rhea Ripley doesn't allow to affect her.
Oh,
First goes Cargill.
that looked gnarly.
Hell's Ripley
That looked a little nasty. I ain't gonna lie.
Absolutely no earthly idea.
cover by Ripley to retain. Kick out.
Well, I'm certain
That match-
Cargill asking herself the same
These
question.
two are actually putting up a decent match. I can't even hold you.
This fight.
Did you
I can't even hold you.
lower back hit the apron as she came over the top? I thought that was it for Ripley.
That makes 2 of us. But Ripley able to fight through the pain, feeding off the live crowd in Italy, feeding off the adrenaline, and the will to defend her WWE Women's Championship. Rhea could be looking for Riptide. Here we go.
And now Jade Cargill, though, able to counter. And Jade now looking
Oh.
for Jade, and Rhea Ripley able to slip underneath.
Uh-oh.
Ripley now again in the riptide position.
Oh, DDT.
DDT. What a counter by the #1
Okay.
contender.
It's starting to pick up.
Like her, but damn it,
It's really starting to pick up.
Cargill's name.
And here's the cover by Cargill. We are watching the maturation process of Jade Cargill in real time tonight.
We are seeing before our very eyes Jade Cargill become who she has told us she's been since she arrived.
And the critics be damned. Cargill could be closing in on the WWE Championship. Jade now with Rhea up. Rhea, though, lands on her feet. Did the back move out. Cargill into the corner. Nobody home. Ripley now misses wildly. Jade Cargill.
Ooh.
Sit out powerbomb for the win. Ripley's got
I don't think I've seen her do that before. I might be wrong, but I never really seen her do a sit-out powerbomb.
And that's exactly what Cargill needs to avoid after a blue thunder bomb failed to put Ripley away. Jade needs to figure out how to keep her foot on the gas pedal. She is this close to the finish line.
An incredible atmosphere here tonight in Italy. Sold out crowd and out the arena. Jade Cargill could be closing in on her second reign as WWE Women's Champion. Jade to the top rope. Rhea Ripley meets her there with a
Jade has to have a concussion, yeah.
Decision by the challenger.
Hopefully she's good, though. Hopefully she's good.
Jade is still
You don't like to see people getting concussed.
to that point. Rhea gonna meet her there.
Cargill trying to find her footing. This could backfire in spectacular fashion for the challenger.
Although Jade now hooking Ripley, top rope.
Ooh.
superplex. Rhea Ripley trying to capitalize, crawling toward a cover, hook of the leg. Another near fall for the champion. And now Rhea has to wonder, what the hell do I have to do?
Ripley's beside herself right now, Cole. I think reality is finally sinking into Rhea Ripley. This
I told you guys it was only a matter of time for we were going to get shenanigans.
is your problem.
B-Fab and Michin marching to the ring, and you had to wonder where Jade Cargill's backup was and when they were going to show up tonight.
Oh,
And
Rhea.
Ripley now out. Pump kick by Cargill.
Uh-oh.
Rhea should have expected this.
And off the distraction.
Oh, roll up.
Into a
Ooh.
to the midsection. Ripley
Hey, shout out, she did a little homage to EO.
This could do it.
Riptide.
connects. Cover on
One.
Cargill. And Michin.
B-Fab just botched, bro. B-Fab, I don't know if because of the timing of it all or just where she wasn't close enough. But, like, she did kind of botch that, though.
She got caught red-handed.
She did botch that.
Our official understands the magnitude of the situation, the importance of the championship.
There was B-Fab who put up Ripley's leg, I should say Jade's leg on the bottom rope, allowing this matchup to continue.
Now's not the time, Rhea.
Hey!
Oh, you got Charlotte. I don't know where Alexa was, but Charlotte's there.
And she's got a score to settle after Jade put her
I don't know.
partner in
Would they end up having
through a chain.
Fatal Influence show up? Because I know Fatal Influence has kind of been in the mix, too.
Jade's gonna steal this thing. Here it comes.
Looking for Jade.
Oh, Jaded.
Cover by Cargill.
One.
And turnabout is fair play.
Okay, that's fair play. I gotta admit, it's fair play because both did hit their finisher and the opposition ended up getting involved in there. I will say that much. This could set up Jade and Charlotte, though, because that is a match people have been wanting. They could do that if they want to do like a triple threat, of course.
Jade Cargill, Charlotte Flair. Cargill muscling up Ripley.
Ripley now with a headbutt. Hooking Cargill.
Riptide for the second time. 1, 2,
Ripley retains.
and Rhea retains. I wonder what they're going to set up next. Because they could, the way this match ended, you could set up a triple threat with Rhea, Charlotte, and Jade for Night of Champions. They could realistically do that based off of how this match did end up ending. But you also still have the looming threat of Fatal Influence that could get involved in this feud as well. So they got a few directions that they could decide to go in.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, still to come
Yo,
on
what's good,
ESPN
sis?
app with the Unlimited plan. Tribal Combat, Roman and
So,
Jacob.
okay, so we do have the other ones, these other three. Time to change the ESPN app. Man, I still wish they would have kept it on Peacock, though, because Peacock was a lot more easier to access, I think, for a lot of people, rather than ESPN, and it wasn't as pricey. That is what I will say about that, though. It was a little more easier.
On a scale 1 to 10, Hulk Hogan was a 10.
If your Richter scale spins around.
I mean, all these matches that we got so far, I've been predicting was gonna happen. So it's like I can't sit here and be surprised because like I already kind of knew they were gonna go with Rhea to retain. I didn't see her dropping the title, to be honest. I really didn't. Wait, do I have that one too? I think roughly, yeah. Leah, how often did you watch Total Bellas or Total Divas? Bar none, barely. I probably watched maybe one or two episodes. I wasn't a person that necessarily watched it. It just wasn't for me. It just wasn't for me, to be fair. BFAB is now called Botch Fab. Yeah, cause yeah, that didn't go well. How are you feeling? I'm feeling good, sis. I'm still a little jet lagged, but I'm starting to get back into the swing of things. It's gonna take me probably like a couple days, maybe a week at the most, to get back into the full swing of things when it comes to like doing content and streaming and everything like that. But within the next few days, I should be back to normal. Reverse psychology by doing the same thing that BFAB did. Yeah, it's reverse psychology. That was the term I was really using, trying to look for, David. That was the term I was looking for. I just couldn't think of it in the moment, but you said it. It's reverse psychology at its finest. So we're gonna end that poll. Um, we'll end this one, and we'll create the next one. So the next one that we're gonna do, um, let me start it. All right, I got the next poll up, chat. Will Oba go 2-0 on Brock? Will he go 2-0? Will Brock get the 2-0 on Brock? So far, we got some no's in the chat. So far, we got some no's. Some people think we will get Brock winning this.
Gazzoli, an Italian radio host and TV personality, spending his evening with us at Clash in Italy.
And here's my guy.
You're a big, big, sick Luke guy, aren't you?
He's a trap producer.
That's right up your alley, Michael Cole.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, they aren't the only celebrities here tonight because the man to my right is also a movie star. Because a couple of decades ago, Corey Graves started a film called Kingdom of Gladiators, which was filmed just a few miles up the road here from Turin.
Wait, I didn't know. Wait, he did? I
I
didn't know Corey Graves filmed a movie.
You wouldn't bring that up.
I didn't know he filmed a movie.
YouTube. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after Clash in Italy here tonight, we have, of course, the Clash in Italy post-show immediately following the main event on ESPN, hosted, of course, by Joe Testator and company. We know the undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes will be a part of that event. But coming up next, it is a WrestleMania rematch, and maybe the biggest rematch of all time.
So far, it's even right now. So people think we could see Brock win, and some people think Oba should win. Me personally, I want to see Brock lose this, but I feel like they're gonna give it to Brock here. Unfortunately, I want Brock to lose just for this, just for the well-being of my guy Dub. Because I know if Dub wins, if Dub sees Brock win this, he's gonna be irritated. He's gonna be pissed. He's gonna be utterly pissed. And as him being my guy, I don't want to see him upset like that. I don't. I really don't. I think Brock wins this match, and they'll have a winner take all match. Well, it'll probably be like best of 3 series. I guess they'll do like the final one, maybe at SummerSlam. That's kind of just the vibe that I'm getting. That's the vibe I'm getting right now. Leah, who would win, Toni Storm or Tiffany Stratton? Toni Storm. Especially with the time of Toni Storm giving, absolutely, Toni Storm is clears. How's your mental health going, Leo? It's going good, man. It's good as it's been in a while. So definitely, I'm feeling good right now. Roman versus Jacob is going to be chaos. I can feel it. It's going to absolutely, utterly chaos. Who'd I going to be real powerhouse in Clash of Italy? Yeah. I feel like I think that's the question people are gonna ask. Who's the powerhouse when it comes to this show? Who's the true powerhouse? Is it Oba or is it Brock? But then I feel like, look, it seemed like they planted it up where he fake retired, right? But if he loses, then you can tell the story where he's starting to really doubt himself if he's able to still, keep up with the current landscape and the current crop of talent they do have right now. You can plant that story even further, especially if the goal is to potentially set up maybe Gunther versus Lesnar at SummerSlam. You can honestly set that up there. Leo, who do you think that group is going? Leo, do you think that the group is going to betray Liv? Maybe at some point. I don't know when. I would say maybe they'll turn maybe at SummerSlam. I think that's the perfect way to do it, because that's kind of where a lot of the turns have happened for the Judgment Day. We look at 2024, Dominic turning on Rhea to align with Liv. That happened at that show at SummerSlam 2024. You look at what happened with Finn Balor turning on Damian to help Gunther to become World Heavyweight Champion. It happened at SummerSlam. So if there is going to be a turn that is going to be set up and be in place, it's going to be at SummerSlam, because that is where the turns of the Judgment Day pretty much happen. Imagine if Dub is in Italy and helps Oba. He's going to help Oba win. He's going to help. If he's there in person, live and living color, he's helping Oba win. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You don't have to speculate that. It's going to happen. And something I do plan on doing, I'm planning to start doing like like shorts, but like reviews for the shows. So I might do one for Clash, maybe. If I'm not able to, then I'll start doing it for Raw. And then I will do one for like SmackDown and stuff like that, or at least not like a full on review, or just talk about things that I thoroughly enjoyed or and stuff like that. That's kind of probably what I'll start doing. So definitely be on the lookout for that. I saw rumor Enzo Amore is going to be returning to NXT. If he returns to NXT, if but my question is, Alex, if he's returning to NXT, will it be with Big Cass or will it be a singles competitor? Because if he's a singles competitor, I wouldn't mind him and Saquon Sugars, having like a little bit of a stare off or just like a little segment. That I think those two would get along just fine. You can't tell me that that segment would not be good. If you have Enzo and Saquon Sugars in the same segment, I feel like that segment is gonna be really good. A rumor is Baron Corbin is the person Danhausen has under the cover. Yeah, I've been hearing that. I would love to see if it's Baron Corbin and Dijak both coming back. I think Cass AEW deals over end of May, so it would be up today then, or probably when the clock strikes midnight going into tomorrow then. So they could realistically show up this Tuesday on NXT or on Raw because Raw is in Italy tomorrow. So they could show up there as well, or they could show up on SmackDown depending on whichever brand you put them on. Even though I feel like they should put them on SmackDown because SmackDown needs a lot of help right now. I know I said this in my video, but like when it comes to SmackDown, I know Cody Rhodes said he's easy to find but hard to beat. But when it comes to SmackDown, you guys, it's easy to find but hard to watch. SmackDown is easy to find but hard to watch, bro. I'm being honest, bro. SmackDown ain't been hitting for me. Ain't been hitting. Has not been hitting for me. We gotta cheer Oba on, bro, because I want Oba to win this. Bro, Oba's gotta win this. I'm hyping Oba up right now. He's gotta win this chat, bro. Come on now. Liv, Raquel, Roxanne being there and not Dom. So does that mean a betrayal is going to happen at SummerSlam? Maybe, but I don't know if it's for Dom. I think they are still going to probably plant the seeds for maybe Dom and Roxanne being together rather than Liv and Dom. Even though I feel like Liv and Dom is probably like the more entertaining, at least from a fan's perspective. But I do think from a story perspective, having Liv be kicked out, I think would be very interesting. That crowd loves him some Oba. Oba is literally he. I don't know what else you got to do to convince me Oba is him, bro. Wherever he's going, he's getting some of the biggest pops of the entire show, every single time, every single time.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Are we talking about for the men's or women's, Alex? Or who do you are you asking? Who I think would be on the team, on each team for like men and women, or just for the women, or just for the men? I want to see Oba versus Keith Lee. That match will be fire. Male or female? Uh, probably from earlier rumors, they probably do Bloodline versus Vision. Probably be Bloodline versus Vision.
At 310 pounds, Opa Femi!
And the women, I'm gonna say it's gonna probably be Liv, Rhea.
Pacing like a caged animal as he looks
I'm gonna say Liv Rhea's gonna be on the team. Liv, Rhea, Stephanie, Io.
Oh, look at this. Well, he did right there. He did right there, Corey. He took his eyes off Brock Lesnar for a moment.
Nah, bro.
Lesnar bull rushed him and delivers an F5. An F5 to Femi.
Oh nah, bro. Please don't tell me y'all about to have him get squashed, bro.
Again, with Femi up on his shoulders. And
They're not doing this, bro. You better not.
slot by Lesnar.
Please do not tell me y'all about to have this man get squashed.
The beast
You no, you're not.
humiliate Femi tonight with a trio of F5s.
Lesnar delivering on that.
Bro,
This is
do not irritate me.
of biblical proportions.
I just came back. This is my first day back on consecration in a month. Do not have him get squashed.
F5. The beast has been unleashed. Cover. Femi.
Oh yes, thank you, bro. I thought it was over, bro. I'm about to say, chat.
Picked off Lesnar even worse.
Listen to this place. It is thunderous. And the Kimura. Lesnar with a Kimura lock that has broken many arms throughout his career. Lesnar with the Kimura locked in. Oh, the Femi tap out.
Oba trying to posture up on his toes to minimize the pressure, but Lesnar has it cinched in deep.
The most decorated combat sports athlete in history. With a vaunted Kimura lock.
Y'all can't tell me if y'all watching this, y'all didn't think this match would have been over and this would have been a squash.
Michaels about that. As Lesnar now has it locked in on Femi. Oba Femi trying desperately to fight out of this. Needs to make it to a rope. But again, is the pain too much for the ruler?
Well, this may be the most pain we've seen Oba experience in his WWE tenure.
Oba somehow still hanging on. Lesnar threatening to break his arm. Oba Femi now. You gotta be kidding me.
Bro, it doesn't take for much for Brock Lesnar to be pale, bro, and start red.
Got Brock Lesnar in trouble. Oba Femi powering Lesnar to the mat. What an incredible counter by Femi.
Oba forcing Lesnar to relinquish the hold, but the damage may have been done. Femi may have suffered damaged ligaments. He may have a fractured arm at this point. He spent a significant amount of time in the Kimura.
Yeah, the left arm hanging limply now on the side as Lesnar goes right back to attack. Oba Femi, referee Chad Patton, the senior official working this matchup as Femi drives Lesnar into the corner. Brock still has it locked in. Again, driving Lesnar to the corner, trying to create some spaces. Femi, this is desperate times now for Femi. Finds himself in the deep water against a great white shark.
I gotta say, Cole,
Femi
Bro, put Brock down, bro. Brock, you gotta go.
and Oba went for the choke slam. And
No, no, no.
again,
Please, no.
five.
Lesnar covers.
Let's go. Come on. He kicked out again. Come on. Let's go. That's been like, what, 5 F5s already? That's been like, what, 5 or 6?
Take another look at the superhuman power of the beast.
That's been, what, 5 or 6, right?
F5 delivered since the opening.
It's been, what, 5 or 6 F5s? Let me know if you guys are watching. How many F5s was it? Is it 5 or 6, roughly?
Oba struggling to make it back to his feet. Lesnar continues to stalk the ruler. With Femi up again, looking for a half dozen was Lesnar.
Yeah, put him down.
Now, choke slam delivered. One arm choke slam. Cover now. Hook of the leg on Lesnar, who kicks out at 2.
Oba wasn't able to maximize the impact. Brock Lesnar tried to break the grip of Oba, but there wasn't full impact on the choke slam.
And now Oba Femi gonna sit Brock over the top rope and Oba as well.
Somebody going through the table. I think 5. Yeah, it looked like it was 5 because I know he hit 4. Then I think he hit this one, if I'm not mistaken.
Now, ripping apart our announce desk. Some of our Italian counterparts don't mind we hang out over here. And now Femi looking to put Brock away. Lesnar, though, able to reverse it. And the bad arm driven into the steel post by the Beast.
And the left arm of Oba Femi has suffered so much damage to this point. It's miraculous it's not broken. It should be broken.
Again, looking for the
Oh!
Femi, though, slings across spine first to the post.
These two gladiators hitting one another with everything they can muster.
Deserve it to be in the Coliseum. Lesnar, though, with Femi
Not again.
on his
Not again.
shoulders. Brock Lesnar, F5.
Oh, that's gotta make that's 6. That's 6. That's 6. That's 6 A5s, chat. That's 6. That makes 6.
Delivered through our table. And the eyes of Oba Femi, Michael Cole, they're rolled to the back of his head.
And Brock Lesnar celebrating what he believes will be a count-out victory. As Patton, the official, begins the count after a wicked F5. I think that would have been a half dozen F5s.
Oba's eyes are glazed over, Michael Cole. The lights are on, but no one's home.
A count of 5 now. Paul Heyman orchestrating the count. Femi just stood up. Femi stood up. Count of 8 now.
Michael, he was damn near unconscious 10 seconds ago.
Femi marches.
And he just got back in there like it meant nothing. He just got back in like, hey, Oba is him. Oh!
Running uppercut. Oba Femi's got a chance.
That man's charged up now.
Unthinkable. And knock off Lesnar. 2 strikes.
He's definitely on something. I know he's not, but still.
And Femi now with
Oh! He threw that man like he's a piece of garbage, bro.
From the ruler. Femi
Come on, oh. Pick it up.
looking for the fall from Grace here. But I don't think he could get it all, of course, with that.
No.
And Brock Lesnar now scooping Femi up to deliver a 7th
You gotta be kidding, bro. 1.
by Lesnar. The ruler has been usurped.
Here is your winner, Brock Lesnar.
What a fight. What a war. Corey, 7 F5s, including 1 through the
7 F5s, bro, to put down Oba, bro. That's gotta be the most. I think that's more than Roman.
That the ruler, Oba Femi, is something more than
Oh, brother. I did not want Oba to lose this early in his run.
still. The baddest
If he was gonna lose, I would have much rather be way later in his run than now.
athlete in combat.
I mean, granted, I understand they're doing it because they're gonna set up another match maybe at SummerSlam, but then I don't know, man.
Oba Femi ran into a buzzsaw tonight.
I don't.
Femi.
Facts, David. If I had the meme to pull up, I would. This match lasted longer than this match lasted way longer than the main match.
Early.
Way longer than the main match easily.
His offense with 5 F5s. And amazingly, Femi was able to survive and continue the fight.
Oba Femi would once again.
It took 7 F5s, chat. 7 F5s to put him down.
Lesnar, this is terrifying.
I really thought the way they set it up towards the end, they were going to be like, okay, yeah, he's gonna get charged up and he's gonna put Brock away.
Was the beginning of the end.
But then it just makes me feel like, why are we not gonna get the Gunther match? Because I thought we were gonna do Gunther and Brock, at some point, because I think that's a match people want to see. But I don't think we're getting that now.
Cole, I was 2 or 3 feet.
After seeing this match, I don't even think Oba's gonna be in King of the Ring.
But somehow, the ruler summoned the will to get back.
Because I think they're going to do one more match. So if that's the case, then I don't think we're doing that match between Oba and Roman at SummerSlam.
All the difference. Oba
They might do it at Money in the Bank, maybe.
Brock Lesnar did. My God, what a fight.
What an atmosphere.
I see Oba, Brock 3. They could do a Hell in a Cell.
1 + 1. You're done, bitch. 1 + 1.
They are even. 1 win apiece.
Well, Brock, what do you mean 1-1 you're done? No, it's 1-1. You still got to do one more match.
Tag champs will be here. Austin Theory and, of course, Braun Breaker due to the injury to Logan Paul. Breaker now one half of the world tag.
You got Braun Breaker and Austin Theory.
For Friday Night SmackDown. They're
You got Julia.
Friday, the former United States Women's Champion, Julia, to Italy. The director
Oh, you got Santino Marella.
Santino Marella, who in his debut match back in 2007, just up the road in Milan, pulled off one of the biggest upsets in history.
Hey, at least they're showing love. They got him there. I know they were hearing rumors that he was going to show up and be there, but I didn't think it was going to be true.
But this is the wreckage, the carnage at ringside.
Are you surprised?
What a match.
Are you surprised, Michael Cole? We just witnessed two juggernauts do what they do better than anyone. The ruler will be back with a vengeance, I have no doubt. But Brock Lesnar, you still got it, my friend.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been quite the weekend. SmackDown, of course, on Friday. Tonight it's Clash in Italy, and last night it was AAA. I want to say congratulations to new champions in the War Raiders, Rey Fenix, and Vikingo as well. But of course, the highlight, mask versus mask.
The main event in the
Wait a minute. Are you going to say, I told you so?
As much as it pains me, yes, Michael Cole, I owe you an apology. You were right. You knew who the original El Grande Americano was, and the entire world found out last night in Monterrey, Mexico.
En cada página de cada historia.
No, it's not main event time just yet. We still have one more match before. Ben Smith, appreciate the sub. Appreciate the sub. So I'm gonna go ahead and end that poll chat. It's no, but yeah. So what's the point of having that match if Oba can't do anything in those PLEs? Could this be a 2.5 hour show? Yeah, I think the shows usually are like 2 hours, roughly 2 or 2.5. Cause we still have two more matches. I don't see Sol Ruka and Becky having too much time. They might get like 10, 15 minutes. And then Roman is going to get like 20, 25. That's going to get like 25, maybe pushing 30. It's going to be pushing 30. To be fair, it's going to be pushing 30. So I want to put up the next poll chat. Yeah, you got a point, Youngblood. Yeah, he did win the match, but I think he will win the war overall when it comes down to SummerSlam. I do think Oba will get his get back. He will go 2-1 over Brock, and I think from there you build up to go after the the World Heavyweight Championship. Depending on how long Roman's injured, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say it's gonna be pushing 30 because Roman's gonna have a interesting entrance. Oba going to, yeah, facts. All right, we got the next poll chat. Will Sol Ruka become champion? Will Soruka become champion, chat? Y'all let me know. One's in the chat if you guys think she will. Two's in the chat if you think she's not. Something's telling me we're going to have Jessica Carr again, having being the referee. She's going to be a referee in this match, I feel like. Right? Because I've been seeing they're going to probably do Becky versus Jessica Carr at SummerSlam. And if that is the case, I could see them setting that match up here. Even though I feel like people have been saying they might do this at WrestleMania next year, but I don't think you have the legs to carry this for all the rest of the 2026 into next year. I just don't see it. I just don't. I think Becky's going to find a way to cheat and retain. I mean, how did the match at Saturday Night Main Event end, right? Was it a DQ? I know it was a DQ finish, but who did it favor? Was it Soruka or Becky? Because I believe Becky shoved Jessica Carr into Soruka when she was hitting the Soul Snatcher, if I'm not mistaken. And then the match got thrown out from there. So that's why I'm thinking, like, okay, well, Soruka's kind of been on a losing streak. That's why I feel like they're going to have her win this. But I feel like they want to set up for an even bigger story by having her maybe win it at SummerSlam. What do y'all think, chat? Because I'm really trying to figure out what they're going to do. This was better than the Mania match. It was pretty much Brock winning the match, like Shawn beating Taker in Hell in a Cell. He didn't win. He just survived to win the match while Oba still looked strong. You got a point, Youngblood. You do have a point. Because if the way you set it up, you did set up in a way where it's like, it did take 7 F5s, mind you, to put down Oba Femi. So that makes him look strong even in defeat because it took so much damage, even an F5 through a table to neutralize Oba Femi. So you can build up a match between these two. I don't know when the match is going to happen. I'm more likely leaning towards SummerSlam, but I could see them maybe want to do it maybe, just maybe, at Night of Champions. Because you know it's in Saudi. I could see Saudi throwing a hefty amount of money to Brock Lesnar to show for that show. But you guys let me know who you guys have winning. Because I think I'm gonna lock it in. I'm gonna say Becky's retaining. But I will not be shocked if they do have Soruka win this. Because I'm kind of torn. Like, my heart's telling me I want Soruka to win, but my head's telling me Becky. So I'm really torn with this match, chat. I see Raw's gonna be heading to Mexico in September too. They're doing like a lot more overseas tours and stuff like that, I'm noticing. Do you think like within the next year or two they would have a pay-per-view be in Japan? Or do you think that's kind of like not possible right now? Because I can see them having a show potentially in Japan. But I don't really know because, you know, it really just depends on like the time zone and if the government allows it. That's why I'm kind of like confused right now as far as that goes. So we're going to keep that poll open until the end of the match. And then we'll go from there. What's up, Leo? How's your day going, my friend? Also, welcome back. Also, have you been watching Raw as of late, even if it comes to Judgment Day and Live? I've been trying to keep in the loop when it comes to WWE or just wrestling in general, considering like I haven't really been, you know, streaming as of late. I haven't really streamed or done any content in like the last month. So I've been trying to stay in the loop, even if it's via the highlights. So I've been watching just a little bit. So I'm kind of somewhat in the loop of what's going on. But it looked like for a minute they were gonna go in a different route. I feel like they're going in a different route than we may expect because I thought they were gonna do maybe Finn and Roxanne, which is probably still the plan. But then again, I feel like they didn't stay consistent with it. So which is why I'm giving some belief that they're gonna go in a different direction than I may be anticipating.
Just watch. Dude, are you crying? What? No, just there's a new scary movie coming out.
What? Scary movie? Dude, I love scary movies.
Okay, we get it.
Oh Lord.
What's going on here, dog?
Oh, there's a new scary movie coming out.
What's up? What is up? Where's that person?
Yo, what is going on?
Yo, rolling waves. Yo, what's up, man? What's
Hey there.
I do plan to go. I might try to go see Scary Movie chat. I might go see it. Anything is possible. Yeah, facts. Anything is possible for sure. Isn't it on the 5th or is the 6th? Okay, it's on theaters Friday. I might go see it, man. Considering Friday Night SmackDown is early on the day, so maybe after SmackDown I'll go see it. I plan to. That's my plan is to go see Scary Movie after SmackDown. Masters of the Universe. I did hear about that too. I did hear about that. I did hear a little bit about Masters of the Universe. I haven't heard too much though. Here's a question for everybody in the chat: who's been WWE MVP for so far for 2026? For me, it's Punk. Punk is easy. My it's CM Punk for me. I just been loving what CM Punk's been doing from like his feud with Roman. I feel like that just sold me. Has Liv wrestled since head injury? I mean, she wrestled at Mania, and that was, and in the Raw after Mania, and that was it. She hasn't competed on television since Raw after Mania, because she had that match with Sol Ruka. Okay, Jessica Carr is definitely probably gonna be the reason Becky loses. I don't know, Chad. I don't know, man. This one can go either way too. This one can go either way too. I'm still gonna stick with my pick and say Becky's gonna do something conniving to get the win here. My top three bookers of the year: Undertaker for AAA, Shawn Michaels. Yeah, those are my three. I feel like a lot of people would agree Triple H probably would have been in that conversation if everything hasn't been the way it's been going this year so far. And especially if like TKO wasn't a part of WWE and it was just WWE on its own, I think we'll be having like a different conversation about WWE right now. Like I'll be critical with WWE, but sometimes I'll try to give them a little bit of leniency because I understand that TKO is, above them, so they could still have some type of say in whatever happens in storylines and characters and all that type of stuff. So it's like I'll give them a little bit of leniency, but I still have to have to still call a spade a spade. Like Raw has been decent, but I understand it could honestly be better, right? It's serviceable, but SmackDown is not it. SmackDown is not it. It's not. It's not. Not even close.
Also took the world champ Liv Morgan to the limit. She took Io Sky to the limit. And tonight hopes to knock off Becky Lynch.
I'm going to Raw on July 6th in Chicago. Hey, Alex, if you go, you got to have a great time, especially if CM Punk is going to be there. You got to have a good time. You have to. You got to have a good time. And it's nothing better than going to like a show and just having a good time. Like, I don't care what people tell you. When you go to a show in person, the energy is always a lot better than when you're at home. Because you're being able to be around people that like wrestling just as much as you. I would just wait till SmackDown returns in 2 hours before you stream SmackDown, bro. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing. Because SmackDown goes back to 2 hours in what? July? What, July? In the first week of July, right?
And also finished third in this year's Royal Rumble match. And Becky now, Ruka able to sidestep the champion. So Ruka has to use
I gotta subscribe to Kicking Leo posted. Hey, if you do, Alex, let me know so I can show that on stream if I'm able to.
Ruka able to avoid contact at the last possible second. Now perched on the top.
Another month, okay.
And the high flyer who I have compared to a young
But I did hear that when they go back, it's gonna only be for temporary because they're gonna go back to 3 hours in what, January? I heard. Hopefully that's not the case though, because I just don't like 3 hours.
Moonsault to the floor.
And one thing I will say, Corey,
Hey yo, Alien Night Owl, appreciate that coming from Kicking It Ross. Hey, appreciate that.
hook of the leg gonna kick out.
So Ruka does possess that devil-may-care demeanor. She's never seems to be upset.
I appreciate you stopping through. You could be anywhere on any stream you choose to, so I appreciate you for stopping through. I wish AJ Lee was still in WWE, but I think she's done. She'd probably come back for maybe around SummerSlam for another match. I think she's going to be more like on a part-time schedule where she's there for like the big shows like Mania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, and Rumble. Because you got to think, and maybe even Money in the Bank, because I consider like the big five, right? So you have her on Money in the Bank. That's kind of what I think they're going to do. You have Money in the Bank. Because like you still have so much potential of matches that she has not competed in yet, right? Her first time competing in a Money in the Bank match. Her first time competing in an Elimination Chamber match. First time competing in a Royal Rumble. I mean, she's already done Survivor Series War Games, so that's kind of off the bucket list. But now, having her be part of Queen of the Ring, that's another big deal.
Believes she's been disrespected. You have this woman who joined the Monday Night Raw roster a few weeks back from a successful career in NXT. And Soul showing some heart as she fights back against the champ.
I'd like to see more of this from Sol Ruka. Plant your feet and throw hands. Turn this into a fight. We know that Sol is athletically blessed, but I'd like to see her get ugly for a moment when need be.
And Becky Lynch now.
Who would win, GMO, Leo versus Ross versus Dove versus Chisel Adonis? Honestly, I would love to do that with them, but I think they have Xbox, so I don't know if we're able to do that. You guys gotta let me know. Are you able to do cross-brand, or like cross-gen if you have for GM mode? Because if so, I would be up to doing that with Ross and Dub if they're up to it. But I have to see if I'm able to do it first of all.
Sure Pierce will allow that to happen, but Ruka sent back into the ring. perfect storm of the challenger.
Jacob needs backup because Roman's gonna have Usos. Yeah, they're gonna have Usos. It's no debate about that. He's gonna have them.
Ruka kicks out. And Becky again getting into Jessica Garza's face, and it was a slow count.
Becky Lynch delivering a picture-perfect leg drop that
Liv Morgan should start her own YouTube channel. She would have tons of subs easily. I mean, she already has a YouTube channel. I just don't think she's active on it.
to be found, she finds it. So she gets in Becky Lynch's face to back.
Cause I think she was doing like YouTube like in 2020. Oba and Brock too. Maybe Matt. Yeah, especially the beginning part. Alien Night Owl. It kind of. I was like, please don't tell me they about to have him get squashed, bro. Cause I wouldn't want that. I really wouldn't. I don't. I would not want that by any means. No. No.
You should come hang out here. It's nice.
And look at this now. Oh, with the right hand.
Big uppercut answered by Lynch.
I'm going to guess Royce Keys and Zilla will help Jacob.
For both of these women to trade uppercuts.
Alex, you on to something? Because we do know Royce Keys and Jacob do have a history and everything like that, so that's possible. I was not thinking of that. Zilla, I was thinking about, but Royce Keys, I was not thinking about. But when you brought it up, it makes a lot of sense because they did have that segment a couple of weeks ago, I believe, where they were before the MFTs got involved and jumped them backstage. And this was like before Backlash, if I'm not mistaken. I think this was before Backlash.
Now Sol Ruka perched on the middle.
And there's that missile drop kick.
Good Lord.
What impact.
Nearly took Lynch's head off her shoulders.
And a kip up by Ruka. Now Sol measuring her opponent, the champion, with a running knee. Stacking up Becky, trying to win the title, and a kick out at 2, and near fall.
Take another look at this drop kick that caught Becky Lynch right on the chin. It's almost miraculous that the champion was able to kick out.
And Becky, realizing she's in trouble, rolls out of the ring. Try to catch her breath, get back into this. But Sol Ruka may have Becky in the drop zone. Well, look at Becky, though. Rolls back into the ring and right into a kick from Ruka.
A bit of a trap laid by Sol Ruka. Brilliantly done. Here it comes.
The second rope went for the Soul Snatcher and got caught in an armbar. Becky Lynch intercepting the Soul Snatcher into an armbar, but Soul's got her hands together.
Lynch trying to pry the fingers apart of Sol Ruka to finish executing the armbar. Sol understands she's in trouble.
Sol Ruka now trying to bridge out of this and turns things around on Lynch.
Well done.
And Sol Ruka now.
Crossface cinched in.
And Becky's now in trouble. Needs to drag herself to the bottom rope. Is Becky going to tap out?
I'm telling you, at some point, we're going to see a match involving Becky, and then, like I said, Jessica Carr's going to be the ref. I see a situation where at some point, Becky's going to have enough, and she's going to stab, and she's going to attack Jessica Carr. WWE add Iron Survivor to 2K27. I thought it should have been a part of 2K26. It should have been a part of 2K26. I'm being real with you.
And Becky with a kick to Ruka.
I think this one should be over.
And Becky Lynch may have the win here. And again, Sol gets the shoulder up, and maybe Becky's frustrated.
Becky's got every right to be frustrated. She had Sol Ruka.
I will be bringing back some 2K stuff in the future, though. 2K, I will be taking a break from for like a couple of days, maybe a week or two, and then I will come back to doing 2K.
Tell it like it is, Jess. And now looking for the manhandle slam. Ruka lands on her feet and drives Becky back toward the corner.
Sol has utilized that drop kick to great effect tonight.
Ruka now launched out to the apron.
Vicious rights by Becky Lynch.
Sol retaliates. Ooh, bounced off the ring post.
It might have been the turnbuckle strut. steel underneath that thin black pad.
Dragging Ruka up toward the top rope.
Honestly, I'm over Becky's attitude. It's getting old. Oh no, she does have an attitude problem though. She does have an attitude problem. I'm not gonna lie.
Remember her gymnastics background.
Cause the way she be throwing tantrums and stuff, like I can't do it, bro.
Launch herself face first.
Ooh, face plant.
Cover. That massive X factor off the ropes, and Becky able to survive.
That's not the fall from the top that hurts. It's a sudden.
She does have an attitude problem. I don't know who else needs to say here. I mean, you got a point. Cause she be throwing tantrums more than anybody else I know.
And Soul has to focus here. Cannot get frustrated. Has Becky perhaps where she wants her. Soul now heading up to the top rope. Becky Lynch makes it back to her feet. And look at Lynch trying to drag Jessica Carr into harm's way. Now shoving her to the ropes, forcing Soul to lose.
Jessica Carr's gonna get enough. Has had enough of her. Now that Brock beat Oba, they have to do a third match because 1-1. Yeah, Elizabeth, they have to do another match. They're going to be doing another match. I don't know when it's gonna be. I could see it being Night of Champions, but I think it's gonna happen at SummerSlam.
DDT. Ruka landed on her feet.
Soul was able to get her hands down to mitigate the impact of the DDT.
Cause I don't think it's gonna just go over. She learned it from Seth.
Look at this. Tremendous defense, relying on the athletic background. The
Yeah, she did kind of look like she got that from Seth though.
able to avoid disaster and perhaps gain one.
It is what it is, though, Becky. I guess.
Championship. WWE fans sold out. Over 12,000 here tonight have been vocal since the get-go. An electric atmosphere here in Italy. Soul Ruka firing up. Becky outside the ring. Ruka up and over. And just barely caught Becky.
Barely is exactly.
You got a point.
Usually sure-footed Soul Ruka with the slightest misstep. She's lucky it didn't end worse. But Soul still has the ability to maintain her momentum here.
And now Becky, the champion, back in the ring. Ruka launching herself off the top rope, caught by Becky into a man.
Ooh, manhandle.
Mistake made by the
1,
challenger.
2, kick out.
Soul Ruka trying to get a little cute there, Corey, and it almost cost her.
You're exactly right. That extra moment, that extra fraction of a second to do the front flip off of the springboard gave Becky Lynch just enough time to adjust, to adapt, and deliver a manhandle slam.
So Ruka benefited. Yeah, she's benefited by having this feud.
Ruka now trying to drag herself back up. Becky into the corner. Becky,
Was Becky looking for the soul
and
snatcher?
that's what it looked like. And Ruka able to counter into a manhandle slam. Stacks up the champion. And Becky.
If Becky would have lost her own move, I would have. Becky would have hurt the end of it for me, bro. I would have been clowning for years and decades at that point.
Champion appeared to be attempting the soul snatcher.
She wouldn't have heard the end of it. If she would have lost her own move, I'm not gonna stop talking about it.
In that instance,
And then Soul delivering Becky's own move to her, the manhandle slam. And Becky Lynch
able to muscle up the challenger.
Soul, though, rolls through. Back to her feet. Lynch now looking for a manhandle slam again. Ruka.
Soul Snatcher.
Soul snatcher from out of nowhere. Here's the
1, 2.
Intercontinental champion.
Let's go. She did it, chat. She did it. She did it. I actually thought they were gonna have a retention. I'm telling you, they're setting up, bro. They're setting it up now. They're setting up Ruka to be something really big in the division, as they should. But they're also setting up Becky and Jessica Carr for SummerSlam. I'm calling it now.
Major champion
Calling it now.
in WWE.
Hey, you gotta love it. I mean, at least we got one title change on this show. I would love to see the world title change hands, but we'll see.
Lynch once again attempting the manhandle slam, but the uber
I'm honestly shocked that they did it, Chad, because part of me didn't think they were gonna do it.
took her
Crowd saying you deserve it.
Lynch. I mean, what a career start. A win over Bailey.
She's gonna have. I think they're gonna build her up to be the workhorse of Monday Night Raw, because you can have her be in matches with people like Roxanne, people like Raquel, if they want to put her in the single as they should. You have other people. Maybe Io runs bad, but considering their not even history, but just the fact that they had a match. And I also did see they were going to do not Becky, but doing Soruka, Liv Morgan, and Io coming out of this show. So maybe they're going to set that up. Maybe for the Intercontinental title, maybe for the Women's World Championship, maybe even for whatever reason they do both.
And having fun here in the crowd tonight, none other than the young OG, Javon Evans. And
They got my twin,
tomorrow night, we start the
my twins in Italy.
of the ring tournaments. You have to wonder if Javon Evans
My boy lit. My boy lit, bro.
could it be Io
You got Io.
They will take on the champions at SummerSlam. Massive opportunity. If you win this tournament, maybe it'll be all ego Ethan Page, who took Penta to the limit at Saturday night's main event. And Lyra Valkyria, a former Intercontinental champion, is here. Maybe she could win the Queen of the Ring. She went to the finals a couple of years ago. Again, King and Queen of the Ring tournament start on Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. And the brackets for the tournament will be released on the post-show immediately following.
Oh, so the brackets for the show will be released on the post show. So the brackets for both the men's and the women's will be released. I will try to make an update for that. I will try to make an update. I will try to make that a video for you guys or short.
Saturday night's main event. Tickets for Saturday night's main event are on sale right now via Ticketmaster.
Well, also, Fanatics Games is back, bringing together athletes, celebrities, and lucky fans for the ultimate showdown across 8 epic sports challenges. WWE superstars Cody Rhodes, Rhea Ripley, Jey Uso, Liv Morgan, and just announced the greatest of all time, John Cena, are set to compete. $2 million in prizes are on the line, only at Fanatics Fest. Head to fanaticsfest.com for sign-up info, plus photos and autos are on sale now. Coming up next, will it be the Tongan Death Grip or will it be the Spear? Jacob Fatu takes on Roman Reigns for the World Championship Tribal Combat.
This match is this show is probably gonna be done by 4. This match is gonna be done by 4 o'clock. Well, the show will probably be done by 4, at least for the main show. I know they're still gonna do post show, but well deserved. So Ruka, yeah, she deserved it. I can't even be mad at it. Like, I did think Becky was going to probably retain, but I'm happy that Soruka won. Like, she's the person that I really wanted to win, though, the most. Leo is king of the ring. I mean, maybe in 2K, but not probably in IRL. I mean, never say never, okay? I gotta live in a world where I say never say never. But if they gave me the call, I would be okay. Even though I feel like I probably first rounded, of course, but still. It's still able to say I competed in a King of the Ring tournament, so. Maybe when I come back to 2K, we'll do some stuff with 2K. We'll play around with some of the match types and stuff that we have in, like, universe mode and stuff. So we got main event coming up. What would you guys rate the show so far? If you had to pick, like if you guys had to rate Clash in Italy, what would you say? Because I mean, I feel like every match so far has been decent. To be honest, every match so far that we've got on the show has been decent. Cody, okay, I guess I'll make my little review so far since we're kind of waiting for the show to come back because I feel like they're on commercial break or whatever. So I guess I can make my review now. So we start off with Cody and Gunther. Now I will say this: they've always had decent chemistry, right? We've seen Cody win the first match, which was back in 2024 at Crown Jewel. Now we've seen him win again against Gunther, but this time when he wins against Gunther, there was a little bit of a wonky finish because Gunther's foot was under the rope for the first for the count of two, but then when it went to three, both of his feet were up. So I don't know if they're gonna play into that, and that's gonna open up the door for him to ask for another rematch and get that rematch. I think Sami Zayn's gonna be incorporated in this feud for it to be a triple threat at Night of Champions. And then for the next match that we got, which was both Rhea and Jay Cargill having a rematch from WrestleMania. Again, these two had a great match tonight. I will say that. I was not a fan of the feud that they were telling going into WrestleMania, but they have sold me. The chemistry that they had in the ring was really, really decent. I'm looking forward to see where both of these women go going forward. But I also thought that we were probably, for a split second, we were going to get a Shark title change. I really did. For a split second, I thought we were going to get a Shark title change. Just the simple fact that we did have the baddies come out there. Then we didn't have Alexa, but we did get Charlotte. I also thought we were going to probably get Fatal Influence getting involved as well. So I kind of thought that was going to play a little bit on the outcome of that match. But ultimately, Rhea Ripley did end up winning and retaining. Then we ended up getting Brock and Oba. Brock and Oba, I mean, this was longer than their WrestleMania match. But I do think overall, I thought the intrigue was somewhat there. And they did protect Oba in the loss because it took 7 F5s to put down Oba. So I do think this is going to lead into one more match because they're 1-1. And that's going to end up happening at maybe United Champions or SummerSlam, where Oba gets the win again to finish the feud and he can move on. I don't know what they're going to do with Brock. I was thinking we could still maybe do Brock and Gunther, but I don't know. I think his retirement's going to be at SummerSlam, and I think it's going to be to Oba, unfortunately. Not unfortunately, but still, I was thinking we could have got the Gunther match still. And then we got the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. The match was decent once again. So Ruka, she finally was able to hit the whole Soul Snatcher because in recent weeks she was not able to hit the Soul Snatcher, and that was like a story that they were kind of telling, that she was not able to hit a Soul Snatcher onto Becky. But now that she is finally able to do it, she not only hits the Soul Snatcher finally, but she also becomes the Women's Intercontinental Champion in the process as well. So now I think that WWE is going, if they're playing their cards right, which I hopefully they are, they could set Sol Ruka up to be the Iron Woman of none other than Monday Night Raw, and having her be the workhorse, going out there and having open challenges, defending the Intercontinental Championship like Penta is doing, and allowing other stars who aren't really getting a lot of TV time and a lot of shine to get on the show and do something of substance, whether if it's in a impromptu match or even building up a story with Sol Ruka. You have so many top tier talent that you could have go up against Sol Ruka. People like your Roxanne Perez, people like a Raquel, people like a Io. Maybe you do have somebody else that maybe getting called up. I don't really know. But you also still have, like the Judgment Day. You have Bayley. You have Lyra. if you wanted to have one of those two to go up against, you're probably gonna have Becky want to get another rematch, of course. So you have a plenty of options potentially to set up against Soruka coming out of Clash in the Castle, going into the summer as we are approaching the next pay per view, which is none other than Night of Champions and also SummerSlam as well. So we could be in store for a really interesting summer for Soruka as your new women's intercontinental champion. But on top of that, we also plant more seeds for maybe a Becky Lynch and Jessica Carr feud, which I think they're going to pretty much lean into going into none other than SummerSlam. I know people have been saying, well, they're going to hold off on that for WrestleMania. I don't think this has the legs to wait until WrestleMania. I think just do it and get it over with. That way we can get through this feud and move on to something else. But I do think we're going to be setting the stage as we have been already, and this will lead into none other than SummerSlam. Now they're doing like a video package for Roman and Jacob. Who do y'all think is going to win? I feel like Roman's going to retain, even though I really want Jacob to win this. I really want Jacob to win because I feel like it would be very, very interesting to have Jacob as the champion and Tribal Chief, because think about it. Just think about the visual of now people having to acknowledge Jacob, and now he's unhinged and unpredictable. You don't really know what he's going to do next. I think that serves for some really interesting television now that we are heading into the summer, but I don't think they're going to do that, unfortunately. I think they're going to have him fall in line, which I hope they don't do that, because I don't really want to see that. I don't want to see pretty much Jacob having to be another stooge. I don't want him to have him be another henchman for Roman. I don't think that serves any purpose. I mean, granted, he's unpredictable, so I guess you can plank the story of like, well, just because he's with us doesn't mean he's fully on with us, on board with what we're doing. But still, I think it serves for some interesting television to have him be this unpredictable force where you don't really know what he's going to do, especially with him being at the top of the mountain and as the Tribal Chief where people have to acknowledge him. I think they should lean into that, to be honest. They should. Roman retains, but I want something different with Jacob. Bow down to the werewolf now. That would be cool to see play out. Honestly, yeah. Near hour long match. I don't think it's going to be an hour long match, Alex. They're not going to do that.
No disqualification.
They wouldn't do that. I don't think they'll have Roman and Jacob an hour. This probably be like 20, 25 minutes. This match is probably gonna be better than their Backlash match. I'm gonna say that right now. A lot of people had a lot of fear that he wasn't gonna be able to make on the show. Somebody says got a sign that says if Fatu loses, we riot. I feel like okay. My question is to you guys, chat: is Jacob a heel or is he like a tweener? Because I'm getting more a heel vibe just based off how he's made his entrance to the ring. You know what I mean? I don't know. You guys imagine if Solo and MFT help Fatu win. I could see them get involved. Because Roman and the Usos been like babyface, but like tweener. But Jacob has been more tweener, but heel. I think Roman's gonna retain, but I want Jacob to win this match. To be honest, to be fair with you guys, I really want Jacob to win this, but I feel like they're gonna have Roman retain. I just feel like giving it to Jacob would just be doing something different and not and something out of the norm, and it kind of like experimenting with something different and seeing how it plays out. Like you remember, like in the early 2000s and stuff like that, where we would see title changes almost like frequently, and we were seeing people get put into positions even though weren't sure if they were ready for that spot or not, but they at least allowed different stars to be experiment in top storylines and top matches and given the title. But now we're kind of just not really doing that as much. And if we are doing it, it's not for the world titles, it's for the mid card titles. You know what I mean? Like, can we go back to like the era where we were allowing some wrestlers get shock title wins outside of Jinder Mahal, of course, but you know what I mean? And plus, this would actually freshen up the storyline as a whole by having Roman lose. Because then, like, think about it. Roman has to acknowledge Jacob. What would the bloodline look with Jacob now being in the top spot of the family? How will he lead the family going forward? You know what I mean? Especially with him being an unhinged as an individual. Imagine him being unhinged like he is now, but now that he's world champion and now that he's the head of the table, the head of the family, and people have to follow his lead. So that would be very interesting to do that. But then it's like, I don't have a lot of faith in WWE to do that because of how they presented a lot of situations before where we would think a star should have went over, but they didn't go through with it. Leo, thoughts on the past two matches when it comes to Judgment Day, as in Liv's been ejected? I, it's kind of just like I feel like if we're telling a story where they're gonna turn on Liv, I think that's kind of why they're doing that. Especially if that is the case that they're gonna do that, right? If they're telling a story where they're gonna start questioning Liv's leadership, quote unquote, because like when she's involved in anything, they are losing matches. That's my thing. So, where did the chat go? Let me go ahead and get the chat back. Copy. Okay, let me redo the chat so I can get you guys back in here. I don't know why the chat just disappeared out of thin air like that. A lot of shenanigans coming for sure.
The Ulafala, which will go to the winner to signify them as the head of the Anoa'i family, as the tribal chief. Bell rings, we are underway in this cousin-on-cousin clash for the World Championship. What does Fatu need to do to win this matchup?
I was paying special attention to the right hand of Jacob Fatu and the heavily taped fingers. We know Jacob Fatu has mastered the Tongan death grip. I expect to see him attempt it, if not utilize it throughout. The dreaded Tongan death grip, a family heirloom passed down over generations, almost impossible to master, but understood to be utilized only in extreme emergencies and never against your own family.
The death grip made famous by Jacob's uncle, Haku, one of the most dangerous men ever in WWE, and he hopes to use this against Roman Reigns tonight. What does he need to do to keep the title?
Roman Reigns always finds a way. There is a reason he is perpetually at the top of the WWE mountain. It's because Roman does not make mistakes.
Hello, if Zilla debuts, he will probably be in a black hoodie. You know, when it comes to Bloodline, they just can't help themselves when it comes to black hoodies. If somebody is debuting or returning or anything, they come in a black hoodie. You know they do.
Tonight in Turin, Italy, sold out over 12,000 at the Inalpi Arena for Reigns and Fatu for the world title in tribal combat, and we are underway. Reigns realizes he's in there with a hothead, a fiery Jacob Fatu.
And I would expect Roman to attempt to utilize that against Jacob Fatu. Use Fatu's temper against him. Roman should try to goad the werewolf into making the first mistake.
And Roman with a side headlock looking to control Fatu early. Reigns, who won the championship at WrestleMania over CM Punk, retained at Backlash over Fatu. Shoulder tackle knocks the champ to the mat. Drop down by Roman. Leapfrog by Reigns.
So Ruka deserved to win. Yeah, she definitely deserved to win. Because I feel like if she were lost, then it would have just made people look at her a lot more differently. Like, they would think, like, oh, she's not ready or anything like that. That's why I was like, she had to win.
When it comes to Roman battling his
Like I said, I wasn't sure because they could have went either way.
Anything resembling intimidation, but I do know that Roman is feeling the pressure. Beyond being World Heavyweight Champion, beyond driving WWE into the future, Roman understands that everything he has worked his through his fingers tonight. Roman may have to go home after this trip and look at his wife, look at his children, and say, I had it all, we had it all, and I lost it.
Roman survived at Backlash. He understood that. As we mentioned before, when Jacob called Roman out, he had no choice but to accept this rematch. And now Fatu, that spinning elbow. The impact of Fatu. What he talks about.
Oh, there it is!
Oh, no, Tonga
Tonga
death
death
grip.
grip.
And Roman Reigns moving out of harm's way. Now, a lot of speculation in the last couple of days online that Jacob Fatu was injured coming into this matchup. Sure doesn't look like it here tonight. Off the suicide dive.
Gonna full knee. It looks like the Samoan werewolf is 100% and locked in on the task at hand.
And now the fight outside the ring. Again, the official does not have to count here because there are no countouts under tribal combat rules. And now Roman Reigns sent into the barricade just to our right and out into the WWE fans.
This is all perfectly legal within the confines of tribal combat.
When this place was built for the 2006 ice hockey event at the Winter Olympics, I don't think they could envision this. These two men fighting out in the sellout crowd here at Alpi Arena.
I wish for Survivor Series they would do Raw vs. SmackDown vs. NXT vs. AEW vs. TNA.
Well, this could be a scary
They can do Raw vs. SmackDown vs. NXT vs. TNA, but AEW can't.
And look at Roman.
I would love to see WWE vs. AEW, like where you can include Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and AAA versus AEW. Because honestly, if they can do that, that's really going to catapult both companies into another level.
And it's Roman. Oh, wait a minute. Jacob sends Roman
Right into the railing of the staircase.
right to the forehead of Reigns. As this fight continues out in the audience here.
Jacob delivering the trademark Samoan headbutts. They're being struck with a cinder block each and every time.
Roman trying to shake off the effects of those headbutts. Not quite sure the champ knows where he's at.
Roman better solve that problem quickly because you don't have much
Not the
time
concessions.
when you're dealing with Jacob Fatu.
And now Roman with some concessions.
Leo, do you think FTR returns to WWE in 2027?
And Roman continues
Possibly,
to
but I think they're probably gonna re-sign with AEW.
sends Roman into
After the match they had with Christian and Adam Copeland, I think they're probably gonna stay. Like they've been like one of the top tier tag teams for tag team wrestling since they have went over to AEW. Like having banger matches with the Young Bucks and numerous other tag teams, right? So I think they would stay in AEW. But if WWE is trying to quote unquote rebuild this tag team and having some their teams be built up and everything like that, and try to put some focus on the tag team, on tag team wrestling as a whole, then I could see WWE trying to make that offer to get FTR back as the revival in WWE. But it really just comes down to money for one, and if FTR is willing to go back to WWE.
Headbutt once again right between the eyes of the tribal chief.
Fatu barking at Roman Reigns. Look at those eyes. You call them
Ref, I would get out the way if I were you.
great description. And look at this Roman now. Roman came around the side and caught Fatu.
Jacob took just a little too much time. A luxury never afforded when you're dealing with the tribal chief Roman Reigns.
Leo, next time you go to Target, you should buy some W cards and open them on stream on or video.
Italian crowd what they were asking for, and Jacob
I mean, I'll see, and I'll do that. I would be up for that.
Unfortunately for Roman, now the table is at the disposal of Jacob Fatu.
like this guy needs weapons.
I might go probably this week. So if I do, then I'll definitely do it.
Dropping Jacob.
Not entirely sure what Roman is attempting to cook up at the table.
Yeah, but took a bit too much time and it allowed Fatu to recover.
Leo, would you get
Bounces the head of the
autograph rare Liv Morgan card?
and drives Roman shoulder.
It depends, cause I mean, usually autograph. You know, anything autograph is gonna be more expensive. So it really just depends on the price range that you know it's going for. Cause I know usually some autograph cards go for like thousands.
Back when Roman was driven through our announce table on Monday Night Raw. Either that or when he was driven through the barricade. Both times courtesy of the Samoan Werewolf.
And now Fatu placing the steps back into the ring. Again, anything goes under tribal combat rules. Roman sent back into the ring.
I try to tell Roman. I try to tell.
Now he's talking to himself. That's not a good sign. Roman, though, with the right hand, drives Jacob back outside the ring.
The scariest thing about Jacob Fatu Cole is that Jacob believes he is in the right. Jacob sees no fault in his actions. Jacob is simply trying to take what he believes he is entitled to, that being the seat at the head of the table.
And make a better life for his family and everyone around him. And now Roman Reigns with those steps. Those steps into Jacob Fatu.
He threw it, bro. I thought he was gonna duck. Usually when people throw any type of object, sometimes they duck.
Heavy steel
Jacob didn't duck.
steps on the skull of Fatu.
Listen to the impact.
If this was AEW, Jacob been busted open.
Connecting with the forehead of Jacob Fatu.
Leo, expect Liv to get a huge crowd pop in Italy because she's part Italian. Yeah. Agreed. I forgot. Oh yeah, on Raw she'll probably get like one of the biggest pops of the show, easily. Leo for president of WWE. If I was president of WWE, first business, get rid of TKO.
With the drive-by, driving Jacob.
Imagine Dominic Mysterio starting, calling Liv Morgan, mom. Oh Lord, I'm not surprised he doesn't already. That just seems like something he would say.
Listen to this. And Reigns right now trying to teach Jacob a lesson.
Jacob Fatu head ringer right now after taking that bump.
Impacts that would crush a normal man's skull. First the ring stairs, then the ring post. Roman verbally berating his cousin while inflicting more punishment.
Well, what's the old adage?
Now my question is, if the match after the match does whoever loses, do they have to acknowledge right then and there, or do they have to, or will they do it on Raw?
Big clothesline knocks down Jacob. And down goes Fatu.
Roman Reigns locked and loaded.
Measuring his man, went for the Superman punch. Jacob able to duck underneath, and now Fatu delivering the right hands to the champion. Jacob telegraphed it, but that kick did nothing to survive. bicep, fire him up. There's the senton to Reigns. This is what he means when he says, all gas, no brakes. Splash in the corner. Headbutt. Back it up. We mentioned Umaga earlier tonight.
Jacob is funny, bro.
There's something wrong with him.
Say whatever you will at your own risk, Michael Cole. Jacob Fatu may be the new...
Oh! Superman punch off the pop-up. Cover. Fatu has to kick it too.
Got a point. Lone Rebel this summer. Yeah, I mean, they've been talking about that, but then when Liv talked to Rio, they didn't say nothing about it.
Right then and there, Roman Reigns
Maybe there's more to the story than we know.
with a Superman punch from midair.
Critical moment in this match. Roman sits up, trying to feed off this capacity crowd here tonight. Kick. Roman went for the spear, was intercepted.
Jacob caught him right between the eyes.
Tongan death grip. Tongan death grip. Fatu trying to lock it in. This is what Roman had to avoid tonight. And now Roman could be fading. Cutting the breath off to the lungs of Roman Reigns. Shutting the air out.
I saw Denise Salcedo is in Italy for this show.
Roman's fading.
I did see on her story that she was heading there, I think.
Roman, though, trying to fight back. Get back to a vertical base. Reigns back up. Trying to create some sort of separation. But still locked in with the death grip is Fatu. And Roman now sent over the ropes to the floor.
Here comes Fatu.
Oh, shoot.
A Superman punch. Stopping Fatu in its tracks.
Our official, Jason Ayers, checking on both competitors, making sure they're both still fit for combat.
And Fatua underneath the ring, dragging himself out as he tries to get back into this match. What is Reigns thinking here? He's got Jacob exactly where he wants him. Looked at a kendo stick, looked at a chair, and now I believe is that a toolbox?
It sure is. And we have seen the type of damage toolboxes are capable of within the confines of WWE.
And Reigns now, Roman Reigns with a toolbox to the head, trying to break the hand of Fatu. Break the hand of Fatu. Take away the top.
You can't do shit with it now, can you? You can't do nothing with it now, can you?
What strategy by the Tribal Chief.
You're absolutely right, Cole. That was Roman's intent, to damage the hand of Jacob Fatu such that it's rendered unusable. Oh my God, that was gross.
Fatu was writhing in pain. He may have a broken hand, a broken wrist. And again, he can get no grip. And again, the attack on the right hand of Fatu. Jacob Fatu screaming in pain. Man, what strategy by the champion.
Neutralized Fatu's greatest weapon. Brilliant strategy by the OTC.
Yeah, tried to stay away from the death grip, wasn't able to, and Reigns said, forget it, I'm going to take it out now. Now allow him to use it again in this match.
Unfortunately, Cole, right now Jacob Fatu is a wounded animal. His back is against the wall. Everything is at stake for the Samoan Werewolf. What will he do in this moment? Or is this the beginning of the end for Jacob Fatu?
And this is where Roman Reigns is so dangerous. You see him setting up the table. Reigns
Okay, we back,
completely
chat. I had to take a
thrown out,
bathroom break real quick.
wounded. Jacob Fatu as he continues to put pressure on the injured right hand.
Leo, imagine if you attended every WWE show in 1 year. Dude, if I attended one show in every WWE show in 1 year, I'll be tired because of the traveling. Like from Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. And I don't even know if you count AAA, but if that's the case, then you got that too.
Out of the corner. And where is Fatu getting the second wind?
Jacob Fatu has risked everything in his life for this moment, for this match, for the opportunity to become the head of the
Leo, imagine if you did a 24-hour stream.
coming from.
I'll be so tired because I don't even know if I would have the energy.
Oh, look where Roman Reigns is perched. Jacob Fatu is now rolled out of the ring. Roman Reigns was in this position a couple of weeks back on Monday Night Raw. And Jacob Fatu with a full head of steam met by a Superman punch by Reigns. I think Fatu was trying to drive Reigns through the barricade again.
You're absolutely right. Jacob Fatu wanted to go full Samoan bulldozer at the expense of Roman Reigns, but Roman was able to fend it off.
How soon before Usos come up? Probably another 5 minutes. 5, 10
This is a
max.
beaten up champion, as is the challenger, the #1 contender. And Roman with a spear.
Oh, look, not the security. Security is down.
For Reigns.
Oh, shoot. I hope the security got paid heavily, bro. They just, bro, they're done.
Oh, what damage did Roman inflict upon himself delivering this spear? He clutched at his right shoulder immediately.
And now sending Jacob back into the ring. That's where the pinfall or submission has to take place. And Roman Reigns understands that. And he could have fought too.
Also, I feel like Dominic Rocks definitely have some secrets alongside Raquel and JD, which Liv won't know. I agree.
Fatu kicks out at 2.5.
The action in this one has been non-stop since the opening bell. Both men refusing to relent, looking to destroy one another. There's Roman putting Jacob Fatu through the...
And they just sitting there just doing, just as if nothing's going on.
And then as Roman delivered what he believed was the kill shot, Jacob Fatu shocks everyone by surviving.
You think I need help to beat you? You don't see the Usos out here. You don't see the twins coming. I don't need anybody. I've been beating everybody's ass my whole career. I never needed anyone. I do this because I love you guys. You think I need the buckle, huh? That's your excuse, huh? That's your...
Roman saying, you think I need the buckle. That's how he ended up winning the match at Backlash. And once again, exposing the steel turnbuckle is Reigns. Exposing yet another corner buckle. Again, the official can do nothing about it.
Roman adamant right now. He doesn't need anyone's help. 3 of the 4 turnbuckles have been exposed by the tribal chief.
Something's about to happen, bro, because now all the turnbuckles are down for the most part. Like 3 out of the 4 at least.
And it wasn't with help from outsiders. Roman Reigns went the brown target, death grip again. Jacob Fatu. But again, the injured right hand does not allow him to put it in. And Roman Reigns, Superman punch. You saw the smile cross his face. But
Oh, he ain't selling it at all.
it
Oh my God, Jacob ain't him.
Off the exposed steel buckle. Into the other corner.
Like deja vu for Jacob Fatu.
Oh,
Spear by Fatu. Hook of the leg. Roman survives.
Unreal.
for a split second, I thought it was over, bro. Cause I thought he was gonna after he hit Jacob on the turnbuckle both times. I thought it was over.
Steel turnbuckle twice, and somehow Fatu manages to muster the power to deliver a spear to Roman.
And it's Jacob Fatu back to his feet first. And he is scary. What a frightening individual. The amount of punishment this man has been able to suffer. Top rope went for the mighty moonsault.
Oh Lord, it might be over for Jacob. It might be over for Jacob.
Disastrous landing for the challenger.
Cause you still got the table, so it's like.
Looking for a spear again. Pop-up Samoan. A pop-up Samoan. And now Jacob has Roman Reigns in the drop zone. Mighty moonsault connects.
New champion! New champion!
Not quite.
Jacob, that was as Roman kicked out, he got the low blow. I want to see a different angle, but I think we've seen that classic tribal chief.
Yeah, Roman Reigns, that was his MO back when he was the champion over 4 years. Not sure if he got it or not. It was hard for us to see at this angle.
And presumably it was desperation. It was an attempt to kick out. Either way, perfectly legal in tribal combat. Covered by Fatu.
Yes,
Yo, yep. He hit him with the low blow.
low blow, which has helped him survive on a number of occasions. Roman Reigns going back to the well tonight.
All is fair in love and tribal combat. But it also shows cracks in the armor of the tribal chief. A bit of desperation from Roman Reigns at this point.
Yeah, Roman cannot believe that he hasn't put Fatu away yet. He's hit him with everything in his arsenal.
You can see Fatu wince each and every time he fires a right hand, thanks to the damage inflicted by his opponent.
Oh, Tonga death grip. Roman Reigns got caught. Fatu with a Tongan death grip, locked in. And Roman able to break it and drive him head first into the exposed steel turnbuckle again.
Oh my God, Reigns has lost it.
And again, the damage to the right hand.
I feel like something's gonna happen where Roman's gonna go at least through one of them.
Roman, spear!
Oh, spear.
Table, which explodes in the ring.
It might be over for Jacob though. He might just have to acknowledge him now.
Roman can't believe it either. How is this man back on his feet?
Another spear.
Reigns, cover.
1, 2, and Roman Reigns is still world champion. And no help, no Usos, no MFTs, no Solo, no Tama Tonga, nobody. No help at all. He still wins. Well, Jacob's got to acknowledge Roman. He's got to acknowledge him now. He has to. That's the rules.
Domesticated at the hands of the still head of the table, the still world champion, Roman Reigns.
I really thought they could have just had Roman lose, because it would have been something interesting storyline purpose wise.
What a match. Tribal combat lived up to the hype and then some. Roman Reigns will wake up tomorrow here in Turin knowing he was in the fight of his life. With everything on the line, Roman Reigns had to dig deep to to find God mode. But once again, it was engaged, and it helped Reigns get past the challenge of his own flesh and blood, the mighty Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu, tonight in Italy.
And now we turn our attention and turn Italy to tomorrow night and Monday Night Raw. Because Jacob Fatu must acknowledge Roman Reigns.
Oh, Jacob Fatu has to acknowledge Roman tomorrow.
Here at this moment with the Ula Fala in hand. Jacob Fatu must, in Roman's words, serve him, work for him, and love him. Tomorrow night, Jacob Fatu must do his tribal service and pay homage to the head of the table, the World Heavyweight Champion, the original Tribal Chief.
I mean, the Usos were there, but I thought they were gonna have him. The Usos come out. Oh. And you got Solo and the Toggins. You had all of them there and didn't do anything. All of that, and they didn't do anything with them. I thought they were going to at least have some type of interference.
And now Jacob Fatu must fall in line.
Okay, something, I don't know. Just seeing all of this is just, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this.
Now they know who the head of the table is, who the captain of the ship is. QB1 is the tribal chief.
Well, that is the end of Clash in Italy, guys. Um I'm trying to think of how I could really just say how I felt. Cause the show overall was not bad, to be honest. Like, I mean, the only two downsides, it's not even really okay. I know a lot of people are gonna talk about the Brock Oba thing. I really wanted Oba to go 2-0 on Brock, but I feel like they're gonna stretch that out to SummerSlam to do best of 3. So Ruka winning, not a bad option. I think that was a really good option to have her win and running with her and allowing her to be a workhorse on Monday nights. The WWE Championship, I feel like there was some, not even shenanigans, but like some moments throughout these matches where it's like, okay, I want more. There's got to be some type of follow up, right? Where we're having questions where is there going to be a follow up to these matches? Because look at what happened with Gunther and Cody. The match was decent, let's not get it twisted, but then you look at the finish of the match where Gunther's foot was under the rope for the count of 2, and then when the 3 hits, his foot wasn't under the rope. So I don't know if it comes off as like, was it supposed to happen or wasn't supposed to happen, or if they're going to play into this leading into another match between these two where we get these guys one-on-one. Maybe we end up adding Sammy, because they've been kind of circling around the WWE Championship picture as well, and then that can be a triple threat for Night of Champions, because it's going to be in Saudi. Then you end up having the match between Brock and Oba, which it took that you did protect somewhat Oba in defeat, because it took 7 F5s to put Oba down for the count, right? So you did, in that regard, you did protect him. Then you look at Rhea and Jade. That match was decent, but then you had some outside interference where I wonder if that's going to play into another match, or maybe a triple threat where you can add maybe a Charlotte Flair into the mix, make it a triple threat. Maybe they could do that. I already talked about Becky and Soul, decent, and I think we can already, on top of that, we can already agree they're going to probably lean into doing Becky versus Jessica Carr maybe at SummerSlam. And then with the main event, it was decent. I will say it was probably better than their Backlash match, but then it's like there wasn't really interference at all. So my thing is, what does this mean? Does everybody have to acknowledge Roman? Is everybody that's going to be in the bloodline going to be there tomorrow? Something's got to give, right? There's got to be something to give, because I really was thinking, just from the previous encounters of Bloodline Rules, right? Or Tribal Combat, sorry. We've had interference, right? Look at the match that we had with but Jay and Roman. Interference. I think the one with Solo and Roman had interference. So I'm thinking there was going to be some type of interference here, to even if Jacob would have lost, it would have still made him look somewhat strong, even in defeat, because somebody got involved on Roman's behalf. But now we're telling that story where Roman now is completely different than he was before, because now he's not relying on help to win matches. He's resorting to his own tactics to win the match and gain the upper hand. Now, if people were to say, okay, people want to like the fact that there was interference, I understand that. But then he lost clean, so now it's like he can't even get an out here. He has to acknowledge Roman. And now that we know that tomorrow he's going to have to do that, my question is, will he or won't he? And will there be some type of consequence for him not doing so? Will the rest of the bloodline be there in live? Because we already know the Usos are going to be there. Jacob's going to be there. Will the MFTs be there? Will Solo, Tamatonga, Talatonga, will they be there? Will, for shockingly enough, The Rock show up? Probably not. Will Zilla Fatu show up? Probably not. But there are some type of questions that I do have going into Monday Night Raw tomorrow. Because now, I don't know, Jacob Fatu is a loose cannon. But seeing how he just pretty much followed Roman out, even though he was reluctant at first, I don't know. I really don't know, chat. I really am still having some type of questions coming out of this. Also, despite Nia being on SmackDown tonight, do you see her being on Raw for the Roman match due to her being part of the family? Possibly, because she is part of the bloodline, so she could be there. And it's still in Italy, so she was there last night, so she's probably going to be there if they were to have her there. You could. So, I don't know. I mean, overall, I'm not saying this was a bad show at all by any means. If I have to give it like a show out of, like a rating out of 5, I'm giving it a 3. It was very solid. There were some things that I enjoyed. There were some things that I kind of on the fence about and still have questions about. But overall, it was not a bad pay-per-view. But we do know Raw will be there tomorrow. Now, we do know that King and Queen of the Ring will be, the tournament overall will be starting tomorrow. So we will see who will be featured in this year's King and Queen of the Ring, who is going to be the next to step up against the world champion of their brand, because we do know whoever wins King of Queen of the Ring, they choose, they don't get to choose, but they have to pick the champion of their respective brand. So I'm looking forward to seeing who's going to be in it. I do know that they are going to have the tournament in the, not the tournament, So it's the tournament. So the tournament starts tomorrow, I believe, right? I think. Yeah, the tournament starts tomorrow. I have to see who's gonna be in it because I do know that on the post show, um, they will release the brackets for King and Queen of the Ring. So we'll have to see who will be in this year's match. But we already know at least 3 people being thrown around that's already thrown name in the hat. Trash show. I mean, that's your opinion. I can't say. I'm just saying for me personally. I've seen way worse pay per views. I'm gonna be real. This Was this the best show I've seen? No. But was it the worst? No. It, like I said, it's in the middle. There were some things to take out of this that I was okay with, but then there were some things that I was not so okay with. And I even said, like, I wasn't the biggest fan of the match between Roman and Jacob because I thought with Tribal Combat we were going to get interference. I'm not a fan of Jacob losing this match. I said I wanted Jacob to win because at least it would provide some type of intrigue for the overall dynamic of the Bloodline storyline, especially now if you would have had Roman being beaten by none other than Jacob Fatu. It would have been interesting to see how Roman would be able to move on from this. How would the dynamic of the entire family look now with this unhinged version of Jacob as the world champion? But not only that, but being the head of the table, being the leader of the family. That would have been very interesting television going into the summer for WWE, especially if you wanted to have a situation where maybe Roman comes back, he questions himself, questions does he still have it? He has to earn everything back, earn the title back, earn his family back. Earning everything back would have been very interesting if you would have had Roman lose this match. I even said that. I didn't want Brock to win this match. I want Oba to win because if Oba would have won, you could have planted the seeds even more for Brock Lesnar. Does he really still have it? Can he keep up with the current landscape of the WWE with the current crop of talent that they do have? You could have planted those seeds even more and play into the story or even match between none other than doing a Brock Lesnar and Gunther match, especially if you can tie in the favor and everything like that with none other than Paul Heyman. You could do that. That's what I was thinking they were going to do, but unfortunately they didn't. Unfortunately, they didn't do that. So I don't know. I don't know where things are going to go for WWE. I mean, like I said, there are some things that I took out of the show that I was thoroughly okay with, but then there are some things that I'm just kind of on the fence about and still questioning why it happened and if there's going to be any type of substantial follow-up to these matches and the finishes overall for these matches as well. I feel like it's going to be Roxanne or Raquel to win the tournament to face Liv. So also we all know Becky and Io's going to be part of it as well. As So Ruka and Soul's going to cross Becky against Io. Possibly we have to see what the bracket will be. I will try to make an update as far as like talking about King and Queen of the Ring as far as like the people who's going to be involved in this year's tournament and everything like that. So once we get like a confirmation for that, I will make an update for that as well. But yeah, like I said, overall, I thought this show was a 3 out of 5. It was solid. There were some things that I liked about it, but then there were some things that I'm still questioning. So we will have to see. Who won, Roman or Jacob? Roman retained, Caleb. Roman retained the World Heavyweight Championship with no Usos or anybody to show up at all. It was just a complete back and forth, one-on-one, down to the wire type match. But you guys leave your scores. I really want to know, what would you guys rate Clash in Italy for none other than this year? Like I said, it was not the worst show I've seen, but it was not the best. I said it before and I'll reiterate it again. This was a middle of the road type show for me. But leave your scores. What would you guys give Clash in Italy for this year? what would you guys rate it? What's your overall thoughts and opinions on the show overall for this year's show? Because, like I said, it wasn't bad, but there's some things that could have been done better, if you want me to be honest. There were some things that I feel like they could have done a lot better. What do you think? What do you do with Liv since she wasn't on the card? I mean, she was on the kickoff on the kickoff panel and whatnot, so she probably might be on the post again. But they probably will do something with her, maybe for a Raw feud or something during this European tour, potentially for her, considering she hasn't really had a match since the Raw after Mania. So they could do that. Honestly, if they really wanted to, they could do Liv and Soul, just for the simple fact that Soul did lose to Liv on the Raw after. So if Liv wants to say, hey, I want to become a double champion, she has a case because she did beat Sol Ruka. Same thing goes for Io. Io and Sol Ruka running it back, I would not mind that. I would not be mad if they wanted to run back Sol Ruka and Io, because those two had a decent match. And it was down to the wire. It could have won either way, but the better woman was Io. So Io does have a case to come back around to compete for that championship. Becky, she might feel some type of way that she lost, and she might want a rematch for the championship. So they could do that. So they have 3 potential matches set up for Sol Ruka right there with Liv, Becky, and Io. Those are 3 matches. And then we're talking about other matches that they could build up, especially with her being like a babyface champion that we couldn't have done with Becky as a champion. We have people like a Roxanne Perez that's waiting right there. You have Raquel waiting right there. Those are 5 competitors right there that I just gave you that you could honestly put her against. Easily. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what's going to be the follow-up for all of this on Monday Night Raw tomorrow. So we will see how everything will be, how everything will play out tomorrow on Monday Night Raw. So we'll see, because there's a lot of questions like I still have, going into that show tomorrow, as far as like where things will be, what story beats will they have going forward with everything. But pretty much like an overall recap on just the not even the matches, but the match that we did have and who won. So we did have Cody and Gunther. Cody retained the WWE Championship. We did end up seeing after that we did get Rhea and Jade. Jade lost once again. Rhea retained. Brock won here. So now the story between Brock and Oba is 1-1. That leaves the tiebreaker. Yeah, even Maxine Dupree and Ivy Nile, you could have one of those two, especially if you have a Maxine go heel and join up with the Vision. She could serve as a potential threat waiting in the wings to potentially become Intercontinental Champion once again. So you do have that there. I just thought about that. Great. Glad that you brought that up, because that is a potential match they could run, especially with Maxine if she goes heel. But Brock got his win back, so now the story is 1-1, which will get the rubber match at some point between those two. And then we ended up seeing Sol Ruka becoming the new Women's Intercontinental Champion, and Roman Reigns beating Jacob Fatu to win and retain the World Heavyweight Championship and retain his status as the head of the table as the Tribal Chief in Tribal Combat. But that is the end of the stream, you guys. I appreciate every single one of you guys that stopped by on the stream, from Alex to Lone Rebel to Youngblood to everybody that showed up here tonight. Not even tonight, but this afternoon for none other than Clash in Italy. Officially, Kicking with Leo is back, you guys. I am officially back. More content will be on the way, and everything like that. So stay tuned if you guys haven't. Now I will say this: if you guys, I will be becoming more active on my wrestling content creation channel, but I also do have a movie channel that I will become more active on. So I will leave a link to that in the description down below as well as my sports channel that I'm going to be in the process of creating. Hopefully by Tuesday it should be up and running as far as things go, but definitely be looking for all things because I have 3 channels now. I have 3 channels. Soon I will soon be operating under 3 channels. So if you don't see me here, you're gonna see me on my movie channel, and if you don't see me on my movie channel, you will see me on none other than my sports channel, where I'll be talking about basketball and stuff like that. So definitely be looking for that. Or have Maxine be a heel, or have Vision against the Judgment Day, as in face Judgment Day. Maybe, but I don't think they're turning Judgment Day face anytime soon. I don't see them doing that. No. They had an opportunity to do that before Mania, when you did have Finn Balor getting some face reactions, but they didn't do it. So I don't see them having Judgment Day become a face anytime soon. I think both are going to be very heel heavy going forward. So we will see how things will play out on Monday Night Raw tomorrow with the follow-up from none other than Clash in Italy. So we'll see how things will end up playing out. But with that being said, hope everybody has a great rest of your day, great rest of your Sunday. Have a great rest of your weekend. If you guys are still having fun over the weekend and stuff like that, we'll be here for Monday Night Raw, which will be in Italy. So it will be early on in the day. So we'll probably be here around a little bit before Monday Night Raw, because I think Raw starts at 1 o'clock my time, 1 or 2 my time, I think. So we will be here about 5-10 minutes early. And everything like that. So if you guys are free, stop by, because we will be watching Monday Night Raw. But with that being said, hope everybody has a great one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.